What do I do? Well, if you go on YouTube, there's no filter on my face. Okay. Anyways, welcome to the one and only Honey Renee show, where today's topic we'll be talking about how do I know whether he likes me or not. I feel like that's the question that you don't need to ask a stranger online. I'm a stranger online, whether a guy likes you or not, because you will know. If you find yourself googling how will I know if he likes me, that's answered all your questions. Because a guy that will like you or a guy that likes you, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to Google whether he likes you. You don't have to Google what do I need to do to let him like me. What do I need to say? None of that. He will let you know. It's like if you have a favorite food, do you ask the food for permission to go and buy it and cook the ingredients and eat it? No, you don't. Same thing with guys. The guy likes you. He's not going to ask permission. He's just going to pursue you, pursue you, pursue you, pursue you until you agree. And if you don't agree, then he'll keep pursuing you from a distance, but date other people until you're ready to let him in. It's as simple as that. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to stress, oh my God, what do I need to do to get a guy to like me? Then you don't have to do anything. You just have to be yourself. You just have to be smart. You just have to be strategic. You have to be funny. But all these things are for yourself. You have to literally put yourself at the forefront of everything. Do you make yourself laugh? Like, do you occasionally find yourself laughing at your own jokes? If you do, that's fine. That's a good thing. Okay? Okay. And if you're wondering why isn't a guy texting you back, the fact that you even noticed that he hasn't texted you back is everything you need to know. If he's not texting you back, that means you're too busy. You're not busy enough. You need to be busy. You need to be busy so when he does text you back, you don't even notice. You don't even notice. You know? Should I text a guy first? Yes. It's not that deep. It's really hold on, let me see. Can I pass it up the side? Yeah, it's better. Should I text a guy first? I think you should text a guy first. I think you have nothing to worry about. What's the worst that can happen? Hey, thinking about you. Hope you're okay. Hey, you just made me smile. Just thought I'd let you know. The simple, simple, easy. It's like saying, should I text my friend first? You just text your friend because you want to talk to your friend. There's no big deal. There's no drama about it. I found that people forget that dating is literally just friendship with a little bit more sprinkled on top. That's it. You'd say, "Oh my God, let me think about this. Should I text my friend whether I should go there?" No, you just do. So in dating, just do. You want to talk to a guy? Just text him. If you don't text back, just keep it moving. That should be your attitude. Should I do this? Yes. Now, should you text in paragraphs of love and oh my God, I can't, I need to be with you, you need to ask me out, I want to be exclusive. No, no, no. That's where no, don't do that. But if you want to hang out, be like, hey, should we get tickets to this to go see it together? Like, be so carefree, you don't care. Like you have no shame because if anything goes wrong, you just keep it moving to the next and learn from the previous one. That's it. That's all it is. Someone said, you're always on my For You page. I need to tell you you're beautiful, gracious, and oh, thank you for adventures. I even told myself I'm actually not on, I'm not doing as much as I should be. Because I saw this very famous YouTuber talk about how he literally put his all into YouTube. And I kind of resonated with it because I felt like I put, well, at the start, a year and a half ago when I started TikTok, I put my all into TikTok. Like I was just churning out videos 8 a day, 10 a day, because they made me feel like I was going to die because I was pregnant with my daughter. So I was like, okay, if I do die, then at least something, someone can remember me, my husband and my family can remember me and me chatting all my rubbish online. But I didn't die. That's another conversation for another day. What YouTube? It was KSI. KSI. I saw one of his videos where he was like, people think all of this is luck, and he just comes online and he talks and he actually plans things. He plans his whole the whole journey. There's a lot of planning. And then I saw a documentary on Netflix by Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy was saying how he is OCD, but many people don't know that. And one of the traits of being OCD is that he goes hard on his craft. Like since he was a kid, he would just watch TV for hours and hours, mastering the comedy, mastering this, mastering that, and that's why he used Eddie Murphy. because he wasn't just like lucky. He was like tunnel vision on his goals and his dreams and what he wanted to do. And yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, maybe I need to go a little bit harder, a little bit more. Don't just like I'll do a little bit of TikTok and a little bit this and a little bit. Nah, let me just go harm to do that harm. And let me just go harm. Let me just go ham, um, and see what happens. So yeah, so that's why this is uh bless Eddie and his preferences. Okay, next question. Should I text him first? Yes, text him first. There's no shame in it. You have his number. Text him. Text him. Okay. How often should a guy text? There is no time frame for a guy texting. Like that's some of the problems that we have in society right now. People worry too much. Oh, he only texts me once a day. Like it's not that deep. The fact that you notice he's only texting me once a day, you're not busy. Think about it. If you just come from work, your friends are sending you memes. You've got your side project going on. You're leveling up yourself with all the stuff you want to do. Like you're hanging out with your friends. Da, 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 da. You won't notice if someone's text you once today. You won't notice. The reason you notice someone's texting you once today is because you're not doing enough with your life. So it's not a them problem. It's a you problem. Okay. So if a guy's only texting you once a day, that's fine. And more importantly, you should have about 3 or 4 guys on your roster. You shouldn't have just one. Until you're exclusive with anyone, you shouldn't just be having one guy and putting all your attention on one guy and trying to show him that you're loyal and you're this and you're that. Mm-mm. You're not loyal. You can't be loyal to a stranger. He's a stranger. You have to be loyal to a guy that says, I want you and only you. And I would love, be honored for you to be my girlfriend. If you're not hearing that, you have no business being loyal to someone that's not loyal to you. Like I'm appalled that you would even want to be loyal. Even one of my friends was telling me this a few weeks ago when we met up for lunch. She was telling me why she was single and I was trying to help her out. And I was okay, let me break down. Tell me the last 4 guys. Let's break it down. And when she told me, I saw where she was going wrong. None of them were her boyfriends, by the way, but these are guys that she's been dating. She's been loyal to every single one of them when they never gave her reasons to be loyal. And by showing that she's loyal, it didn't make them ask her to be a girlfriend. It didn't make them say, yo, let's take this seriously. No, you're loyal to yourself. Okay? So stop being loyal to these men when they haven't asked you to lock it off. Like until he's taking you off the market, you have no business not being on the market. It's like imagine going shopping for tomatoes. You want to make some nice tomato sauce for your pasta, yeah? And you haven't paid for the tomatoes. You can't just walk out the shop. No, you have to leave the tomatoes on the shelf until you're ready to pay for them. Same with dating. You can't take yourself off the market when no one's paid for you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't I should actually be facing this way because I'm focusing on my YouTube crowd, but I'm facing you guys because I love my TikTok crowd. But yeah, just treat yourself like a tomato on a shelf, okay? And the person's come shopping, who the guys who come to the dating site, they've come shopping and you're a tomato on the shelf. You don't allow someone to take you out of the shop if they haven't paid. Don't do it. Don't take yourself out of the shop, okay? Yes. Next thing, is he losing interest? If you notice that the guy is losing interest, invite the guy into the relationship. Yeah. Never try and convince a man to stay with you. Don't do it. Don't try and change your hair. That will get his attention. Buy new lingerie because that will make him very excited. Don't try and give him money to bribe him. Don't do any of that. If you notice that the guy that you're dating or the guy that you're with is losing interest, find another guy and bring him into the relationship. So as this one is losing interest and this relationship is ending, you are starting a fresh one with someone new. Until you get the ring, you are single. Until you get the ring, you are single. I will say this until I die, until the end of my life. Until you get the ring, legally, you are single. Stop being upset if someone's lost interest in you. That's fine. It's better they lose interest in you before you say I do than after you say I do. It's better a man loses interest in you before you and him pay thousands and thousands of pounds for a grand wedding when both of you aren't even compatible. Okay? Don't do that. If someone's losing interest, that's fine. You've saved yourself money. You've saved yourself embarrassment. You've saved yourself divorce fees. You've saved yourself all this stuff. It's just not meant to be. And that's okay. You are allowed to try the shoe on before you buy the shoe. try the shoe, you walk around the shop with the shoe, and that's okay. It's okay if a guy loses interest in you. There's no shame in it. That's another point, leading on to another point. Stop posting these guys online. If you're not exclusive, and when I say exclusive, if you and him, he hasn't knelt down and said, please be my wife, you have no business posting him online, because by posting him online as your boyfriend and soft launching him and showing off that you finally found this true love of your life, you're blocking your husband from finding you. The only time you should post a man online, read my lips, the only time you should post a man online is when he has proposed to you. When you're like, oh my God, he went rock climbing. It's a fiance. It's a fiance. That's the only time you should post him online. I don't care how great your relationship is. I don't care all the wonderful holidays you go on. Don't post him. Don't post his art. Don't post his leg. Post yourself in a bikini on holiday. Post the food you're eating. Post your drinks. Relax. Post your massage. Post your excursion. But don't post him. Don't post him. Until he's asked you to be his wife, he has no business being on your social media. He has no business being your WhatsApp profile status, let alone your WhatsApp profile picture. None. It doesn't show love. It shows you're an idiot. Okay? So the more you post these men on your page and Instagram profile, that's your shop front page basically. That's like your, your shop front of to show the world this is what I'm about. This is where don't post a man that hasn't asked you to marry him on your Instagram, on your social media, on your Facebook. Don't do that. Stop posting him on your Snapchat. The guys that like you, that want to move to you, are on your socials. So stop posting this next guy. Date in private, enjoy it in private, and then be engaged in public. Keep everything inside. All of you want to do Pinterest pictures, his and hers jackets, his and hers tattoos, his and hers trainers. Yeah, me and my babe. No, we don't care about those things. Those things are fickle. You want to show off online that he's got you 1,000 roses, petite fleur, and he's done this, and then a helicopter. Stop showing off, because the main thing is, has he given you a ring to say, I want you to get my pension when I die? That's the most important thing. Has he put your name down as the next of kin? Has he put your name down as the benefactor for when life insurance kicks in if something for him? Has he done that? No. So all these other things are little things. You can buy yourself the flowers. You can take yourself out for a meal. All these things are just little things in the grand scheme of dating. The grand scheme of life. That's why I'm so heavy on the emphasis of marriage. Because all this other stuff, they don't mean nothing. You're easily replaced. You can be with him for 10 years. If you're not his wife, if something happens to him, you have no say. You have no say of whether to switch off the life support or not. You have no say. You have no say about anything. Nothing. So enjoy the dating. If he's trying to lose interest, let me go back on topic. What the question I was asked is, if he's losing interest, what should I do? If he's losing interest, you two check out. There's something called quietly quitting. Okay, it's a very beautiful concept. Let me help you explain it. You're in a job and you realize that these people are never going to promote you. These people, they overtalk you on the Microsoft Teams. They don't listen to any of your advice. You go off and you're working till very late in the evening, but no one's noticing at work. So what do? You don't hand in your resignation and say you quit. No, you silently start talking to recruiters outside and saying, this is what I do for the bank. You start logging everything so that when recruiters see all the stuff you offer to this company, they will sweep you up and get you another job. Then once you've got another job, then you say, thank you guys, it's been a wonderful experience. Thank you for everything you've taught me. I found another job with a 20% pay rise. But if you guys can match it, I'll stay. Knowing fully well they ain't going to match it because they're cheapskates. Then you bounce. That's how you leave. So you leave without severing and cutting, without really, breaking or burning the bridge. You leave amicably, but you're leaving. You silently quit for about 3 or 4 months while you're looking for another role. That's what you should do in your relationship. If you notice that the guy you're with is losing interest, don't just text him and be like, babe, I think we should just call it off because, interest don't call me as much as you should. You don't take me out anymore. You're criticizing, we're arguing. Stop arguing with a man. Don't give yourself high blood pressure over a man. The worst thing as a woman that you can do is to argue with the opposite sex. Don't do it. Get high blood pressure. You get wrinkles, you start aging when you start using vitamin E on your face. You start buying oil of you. Don't stress yourself, and your cortisol level will go high. Then you start getting cortisol belly, cortisol chin. Then you'll be like me right now using the filter on TikTok Live. No, you don't need to be doing that. Don't stress over a man. Don't kill yourself over a guy. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? So if he's losing interest, that's okay. You quietly invite someone else into the relationship. When that person's ready to be exclusive, then you silently quit your relationship. And that's that. That's okay. The next question I was asked is, how do I get over someone? You're not ill. You heal. Okay? You have nothing to heal from. You get over someone by telling yourself that this person has taught me a lot in this relationship, whether good, whether bad, but it didn't work out. So I am very happy to have left and still have my heart beating. So that means I'm still alive. Means the next person, yeah, the peer mom said the next job needs references. Yes, that's why you have to document everything that you've done. That's why you don't just leave immediately. You document what you do for the company, all the case PIs that you're hitting, everything. You document it all. So then you tell your manager, say, hey, this is what I've done in the last 4 months. This is what I've done in the last 12 months. This is what I've done in the last few years for the company. Please write me a reference. But once you put it all in the email, everything you've done, because the manager's not going to remember, they don't like you, remember? So you have to tell them this is what I've done and come with proof. So when they're writing your reference, they can't lie, because if they lie, you can take that to HR and a tribunal and make it a bigger thing. So it doesn't matter. Hair Babe says, "Can I ask questions?" Absolutely. I'm reading questions that people have asked me in my DMs. Um, I'm not taking anyone as a co-host yet, but I will in about. Adore you. Oh, I adore you too, babes. Babes. So I've got a cold as well. If you can make my nose. Where was I? How do I get over someone? Yeah, you get over someone very quickly because you realize that it's not an illness. It just didn't work out. And that's okay. It's like there are friends that you had in primary school that it didn't work out. And yet, look at you today. They're friends that you were best friends with at university and you don't talk to them anymore. And yet, look at you today. You get over it. There are probably guys that you dated in primary school that you don't remember their names, little young love. Your memory will forget. Or they're probably guys that you had a fling with a few summers ago that you don't remember their names. Because the way the mind works is it will help you heal and move on very quickly if you being angry. Being angry is allowing the other person to be a main character in your life, in your story. Just let it go. Let that anger go. And that way, you are no longer allowing them to have the central stance in your own life. Hair Babe said, I met a guy in Hinge. We connected spiritually and mentally. And he pursued me and said he loved me within 4 weeks. We met 4 days today and he said it's not physical enough for marriage. I was heartbroken. Why are you heartbroken? Uh, we met 4 days together today, and he said it's not physically enough for marriage. I was heartbroken together. Do you want to come up on my live and talk? I can bring you up because I didn't understand what you said. Hold on. Can I bring you up? How does it work? How does it work? Is it, I don't know. It's not allowing me to bring you up to discuss. Um, are you in the UK? I can give you a number to call if you're in the UK, and then or on WhatsApp, and then we can discuss on the phone. Um, he promised me a life together. I'm sorry, babes, but it was 4 weeks. Yes, you're in the UK. Okay, I'll give you the number. Hold on. The number is, you can call on WhatsApp, and I'll put you on speakerphone. Uh, 074 04. So it's 074 044 30799. So if you a WhatsApp call on that number, yeah, 074 044 30799. Yes. Yeah, that's the number. Benny put it in the chat as well. I don't know if it's not coming up. Let's see it. Yeah, if you come up now, prove it so then everyone can hear it on the chat. Yeah, because I don't understand. Your message isn't. Let me reread it again. Hold on. I met a guy in Hinge. Oh, perfect. You're calling. Hello.
Hi.
Hiya.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I've been like following you on TikTok for ages.
Oh wow. Thank you so much. I don't take it for granted. I'm very grateful. So tell me about this
Oh,
guy.
I know you guys are all gonna be like, "Oh, I'm crazy,"
Uh
but
huh.
obviously, being like a Christian girly, you want to date a Christian guy,
Hmm.
and yeah, so we connected on like Hinge, and he was like pursuing me. It was like all about like God, yeah, prayer, God, 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 and we're both like property developers. We both like it was weird. We're like literally the same person, just like as a male and a female. Like we were just so in alignment. And obviously, I'm like 31 now. He was like 34. So I think when you're old, you kind of know more what you want and what's in alignment. So yeah, we connected. Um, and he works abroad and stuff. Except like our lifestyles were just very similar. And we were just speaking like 2 hours a day. Da, 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 da. I think we connected for like four. We would speak like 2 hours a day, but we were talking, chatting for like 4 weeks, and it was just like he was abroad. So he was just like, oh, I want to meet you already. So I was like, oh, okay then. So we met, and he was like, I'm obsessed with how you look. We would FaceTime, so he saw how I looked like, he knew how I looked. And obviously, I'm a black girl. He was a white guy, so I'm not sure if he dated a lot of black girls before. So I was just thinking, oh, maybe there's also that. Maybe he doesn't really find black girls. I'm not sure, but I'm very like I date everyone. I don't judge. Um, anyway, we met, and then he was just saying that and then when I landed, he literally didn't even text me. When we met, like he was very nice and stuff, but after a few days, he was just like he doesn't feel 100% the attraction is needed for marriage. That's what he said. But I was just thinking, well, if you love someone, shouldn't it be more than attraction? Not more than attraction, but you pursued me. You were saying I'm beautiful, da 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 da, and all of a sudden you're like, I need to close this chapter now. We're done, basically. And I was just like heartbroken. I know you're probably going to think I'm crazy.
No, no, you're not
I just
crazy.
think,
Sorry, babe.
yeah, it was
Finish.
too
Go on.
much. Sorry.
No, no, no. Go on. Sorry, I cut you off. Go on.
No, no, yeah. And then he just sent me a text saying, oh no, literally I landed and I saw he followed the last girl that he dated and then texted me this that horrible message like, oh, I just don't like it physically it's not enough for marriage. But basically, when we were away, he was saying stuff like I'd put on a little bit of weight because I was going through like health things.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't going to the gym as much.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just saying to me like, oh, he doesn't want a girl that just like puts on weight whenever and just only loses weight for a specific time. He was just really judgmental, and I was just thinking, like, I go to the gym regularly and stuff like that. I was just like, I've just been having health problems. That's why I've not been at the gym. But normally I'm very, like, fit and stuff like that. And I just think he was just super judgmental of me. He was constantly, like, looking at my skin color and stuff like that. So I don't know. And then I started thinking at myself, thinking, oh, am I not pretty? And I'm a good looking girl. I was just thinking, oh, am I not pretty enough? Am I ugly? And I just started attacking myself, basically, because of just the things he said. Because it was like, I deeply love your mindset and who you are, but physically it's not enough for marriage. Like I want someone that can rip their clothes off and da da da. But we connected on a Christian basis, not on like a sexual lustful basis. You get what I mean? But yeah, basically.
Okay, so the first thing is, in fact, there are four things that you should be grateful for. Number one, you should be grateful for the fact that he only wasted your time for 4 weeks. It could have been worse.
Yeah,
He could have wasted your
yeah,
time for 10 years, and you're like, "Oh, I'm
was
with
it?
this Christian loving guy," that and he just drops you like hot water and says, "These are the reasons I don't want to marry you." After wasting 10 years of your time, okay. So be very
Yeah,
grateful that it was literally only 4 weeks. Okay. Second thing
yeah.
is, I always teach my clients this: when a guy is love bombing you, because all this is just love bombing, you need to learn to
Okay,
love bomb him back. While you're doing
okay.
that, your heart needs to be on your shoulder, because this guy is a stranger. I don't care
Yeah,
how Christian he is. I don't care how handsome he is. I don't care how intellectual he is. I don't care how wealthy he is. If I've known you for less than a month, you are a stranger. So I will say everything you need me to say because you're saying all these wonderful things to me. I will tell you wonderful things back because I know that the ears like to hear positive things. But my heart is
Yeah.
on my shoulder because I know I can't give a stranger my heart who I haven't known for more than a month. You said
Yeah.
you met him online on a dating app
Yeah.
on Hinge?
Yeah.
Yes, you met him on Hinge. I'm sorry, anyone online, regardless of whether it's Hinge, Christian dating, J dating, Hindu dating, whatever religion, anyone online that leads with religion, 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 they're hiding something. And usually
Yeah.
I find that the most religious guys are closeted guys, number one. They are hiding their
Oh.
evil deeds, number two. I feel like for me, the best guys are the guys that you don't even know they're religious. It's only when you see their behavior. They don't lead with Jesus, 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 Allah, 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 like Guru Nanak. They don't lead with that. They lead with their action, how they treat the lady who serves or the man who serves the drinks at the restaurant. Do they tip well? Do they open the door for you? Do they talk positively about their parents? Like little things like that. That's how I try and see Christ in everyone. I want to see your behavior. I don't care about what you say because you have to remember the devil was also an angel. In fact, he was the most beautiful angel of them all. He was the brightest angel of them all. Do you understand? Lucifer was a wonderful angel. So if someone comes towards me, wooing me, da, 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 and they're leading with Jesus, 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 I'm taken aback. I want to see what their actions are saying because a lot of Satans are out in this world disguised as religious people. Number three, he was really going for your insecurity, like digging at your weight. You've only known him a month. So I don't care what
Yeah.
you've told him about your health issues. He's only known you a month. He doesn't know what you're like when you are slim. He doesn't know how quickly you put on the weight, whether it's cortisol related weight gain. He knows none of that. But to just attack your weight, number four, telling you that he's not physically attracted to you enough for marriage is a good thing because he doesn't want you don't want a guy that will lead you on and then make you feel like you're the most beautiful woman and then cheat on you with your best friend or with someone else and then say, well, the reason I cheated on you was because I felt that you weren't attractive enough for marriage after he's crushed you on top of the crushing of the crushing. So don't all these little things that he's done, learn from it. Don't let another guy love bomb you again so quickly and then you put your heart into it. As soon as you notice someone's love bombing you, you need to love bomb them back. You're handsome. Oh my God, you're so handsome. Oh my God, you're the most beautiful man I've ever seen. Just gas him up. But you know that until he's proven himself, and it takes about 6 months for a guy to prove himself, not by what he says, but by what he does. The most important question for me is, did you give this man any money?
No, he has money. He pays for everything. He was like a provider. He was literally like the perfect person on like online on the phone. Paid for everything. He was
Paid for
like
everything
very
over the
chivalrous as
phone?
well. Sorry, say that again.
You said pay for everything over the phone?
Oh, like he paid for my flights, he paid for my
Oh,
travel, paid for
okay.
dinner, like
Okay.
paid for everything. I didn't have to lift a finger. Yeah.
Did you guys have sex?
No, he didn't. But you know what though? I showed a picture of him to my gay friend, and my gay set friend said he looks like he's gay.
I'm telling you, most of these religious guys, I'm probably going to get cancelled for this, I don't care. But most of these religious guys that lead on with well, it doesn't matter what religion they are, but they lead on with the religion, they're usually DL. They usually are. I promise you. I've had 3 clients with the same thing where the guy was just preaching, 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 and then one of them unfortunately had a baby, and then found out when she posted her engagement ring to say he put it on the market. The boyfriend came and messaged her through the DMs and said, "No, he's been my lover for 3 years. So how could he?" Da, da, da. So you don't know. You don't know. Remember, people who go to church, they are the most spiritually sick. They need whatever, I wouldn't even just say church, but whatever denomination, whether it's Islam or Hinduism or Judaism or Christianity, whatever it is. But people who are going to these things, they're looking for something. They're trying to connect spiritually because something is really deep within them that they're trying to reconnect with. So most times is because they genuinely are looking for a higher calling than what the world offers. But other times the men are just fighting their own attraction to other men. So don't feel any kind of way. I hope this doesn't discourage you from going on Hinge. Don't be
Has
discouraged.
literally
Don't be
it
discouraged.
has
No,
a lot.
don't
Like
be
yeah, it
discouraged.
has a lot.
Mm-mm. And another thing I would say is you need to work on your own self confidence. And like, I'm not sure what you and him spoke about, but make sure you never tell a guy your insecurities before you're married. Never ever. So you saying that you put on weight and stuff, you don't need to tell him that. This is where you make sure your pictures are up to date, obviously, because you don't want to be a catfish. but don't put your never ever 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 put yourself down in front of a man before you say I do. Never,
Yeah.
because he can't see you. Some men will sleep with sheep and dog. Some men they will sleep with dead bodies. So don't ever put yourself down to make yourself feel like, oh, I know the next girl's so much prettier than me. I should lose weight. I have my belly. Oh my god, my thighs, my jelly wings. My no, 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 no. He doesn't need to know that, because if you're standing butt naked in front of him, he would never say no. So it's when you've literally demoralized yourself in front of him, you've talked down on yourself in front of him, that you've put ideas in his mind about your double chin. He never knew you had a double chin. About your left six toe. He never knew you had six toes. Like little things that you say is what you say that a guy will see, because he liked what he saw when he swiped right. There must have been something about you that made him swipe right. And then you mentioning your race and his race, and him making, comments about your race and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of underlying things there. Did he say all the stuff before he flew you out?
Um, so he basically had like a list of what he wants in a partner, and he was like olive skinned, da 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 da. But obviously I'm a black woman, but I'm like brown. But when people see me, like they think I'm like Jamaican or whatever, but I'm Nigerian. But like people, I'm just very, I don't know, I'm racially ambiguous.
Okay, but when he saw your picture, did he assume that you were mixed race? Is that why?
So I think he did, and obviously, like I'm also someone that if I'm out, I get tan. I can
Okay.
be darker sometimes, I can be lighter
No, but
sometimes. So when he saw me, I was,
so when he saw you, you had more of a tan than you did in your pictures.
yeah. But the thing is, I look better with a tan anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and any white guy I've been with, any Asian, whatever guy, they've never met. If anything, they say I look better, I look healthier.
Okay.
So that's
Did
what I'm
you
saying. I
did
think
did you and him FaceTime before you met in real life?
we FaceTime about 5-6 times, and he was like, "You're so beautiful." I had braids. You get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. How does it go from like you're so beautiful, oh I love who you are, to like on the Sunday saying I love who you are, da, 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 to like the Thursday saying, oh it's physically it's not enough. I'm thinking it's my body, but my body is not bad. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, don't let him feed your insecurity. Don't do that. Don't let him feed your insecurity. Okay, just don't. But what I will say is, don't let this ruin your online dating experience. Don't let it ruin your self esteem. The only positive you can take out from this is that at least you got flown out. You enjoyed yourself while you were out there. You enjoy. He wined and dined you for the short while that he did. But don't feel. Try and find positives in this whole situation, and try and learn from it. What I would personally say is, don't open up too much too soon to people. Like, have the convos be so shallow. Literally, the first I teach my clients is the first 1, 2, 3 weeks are literally shallow convos of like, you're confident, you're flirty, you're vibing. Just don't try and have deep convos so early on. Like, you need to be like an onion, 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, 4 layers. Like, if you say everything in okay, for instance, you have a book in front of you, right? And then you read the whole book in one day. Not even in one day. If you read the whole book in literally 3 seconds, you're not going to relish the book. But if you read a chapter today, read a chapter tomorrow, tell your girlfriends, oh my God, I'm reading this book. And like, I'm in chapter 2 right now, but it's so gripping. I can't wait to get to chapter 4. And then you get to chapter 6, and then you make a TikTok video to be like, oh my God, this is probably one of the best books I've ever read. I can't believe how great it is. But you're relishing it. You're taking time with it. If you just and tell a guy everything, my life story, my this, my that, this is what I want, man. You're literally, it's too quick. The anticipation's gone. The and I know you're saying you're 31. 31 is still very young. You're still a baby in the grand scheme of life. The average woman gets married now at 34, has a first baby at 35. So don't feel pressure, don't feel rushed. I know you're trying to do it the Christian way, and I respect that, but also do it the practical Christian way, which is, we don't tell a man everything. We watch, we observe. We don't tell him we're looking for a provider, we're looking for this. No, 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 no. We watch, we observe. If he provides, great. If he doesn't provide, we keep it stepping. You don't give him a roadmap to how to da 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 da. The good news is, at least you said you never gave him no money, so I'm proud of you for that. The good thing is, you never slept with him, so your body count is still lower. So don't put all your eggs in your hope and your entire like happiness based on this one situation. How recent was it?
So it was like 4 weeks ago.
Okay. Don't worry.
It was quite recent.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Jump back on the app again. You'll find someone, okay?
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm burned. Like every guy I've met from him has just been terrible. And I'm a really like not being up my arse, but I'm a very good person and I'm a great catch. But it's just like because I think I'm a good person, I'm too nice. So I just don't, I meet guys that are very lovely at first, and then I don't know, they're just like horrible
No, you
afterwards.
just need to be mysterious. I think many of the women I speak to who are nice and they're good catch and stuff, they're not mysterious. They're an open book. You need to be mysterious. You need to be like hard to read, unpredictable. Because the beauty of this whole thing is you manage to attract the guys, you manage to go on
Yeah.
dates with the guys, but nothing comes from the dates. So there's a disconnect between when you said okay to go on the date and then the next month or two. So there's something that you're either saying that's scaring them off, or something that you're saying that's making you ruin the whole thing, like whether you're being too
Mm.
conscious, whether you're being too nitty picky, whether you're da, 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 just being an open
And
book.
they end up coming back. That's the thing.
No, but the
They end up
men
coming
coming
back.
back is not an achievement, because men coming back is not an achievement. The achievement is them not leaving in the first place, because they know that you're such a catch they would never want to leave you.
Yeah.
That so you
Yeah.
have to really. I don't know. Have you read my book, Single to Engage in 1 Year?
Oh, I haven't got it yet, but I need to get it. But I
Yeah,
will
you
get it.
get
It's
get
on
the e.
Amazon.
Don't get the Amazon. It will take 3 or 4 days to come. Get the ebook where you can get it on your phone. You can even go on Amazon and read the free sample of the first chapter and find yourself there. Which kind of woman are you? And then you'll
Mm-hmm.
see where you're going wrong, because you sound great,
Mm.
you know. And most of the people I speak to, they have problems getting guys to ask them on dates from the app, but you're going on dates. So the disconnect is
Yeah.
definitely from the date to something you say while on the app, or maybe the common denominator is you, because you're the one attracting all these men. So there must be something you're
Mm.
saying that's attracting all these guys who aren't good for you to you. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
I haven't had a session with you, so I don't know any of that. But if you get Single to Engage in 1 Year, see if you can find yourself in the book, and then DM me, and then
Mm.
we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay, amazing.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate
It's
your
okay. It was
respect. It's
lovely
been
talking
amazing.
to
I really
you.
appreciate it.
Bye
Yeah, and
bye.
I'll be watching on the live and I'll get your book.
Bye. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
That was lovely. Okay. The next question is um do I have any more comments here? No. Okay. The next question is actually, guys, stay with me. Let me play some music and interlude. Then we go get some water, and I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Back. Okay. So where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Um, let's go through. How do I move on after a breakup? Let's see. How do I move on after a breakup? You move on very quickly. That's how you move on. It's like saying, how do I move on when I've lost my job? You find another job. You sit there and cry. Do you sit there heartbroken that you've lost your job? Yes, you are, because you've lost your job. However, you find another job. You don't sit there because you know you have bills to pay. You don't sit there because you know if you don't pay your bills, the light will go off. Your phone, if you don't pay it, you will have no credit left. Okay? Your friends will stop being friends with you because you will never be able to go out and meet up with them when they invite you up because you ain't got the money. Okay? You won't be able to fly out for your friend's wedding. You won't be able to go on dates. Because if you go on dates, you find that you're coming from a place of struggle. And you don't want to come from a place of struggle. So you always need a job. That's why when you're single, don't stay single for too long. Get in and get out. Okay? I don't know why I'm licking this yogurt thing. They haven't sponsored me, but we need, yeah, get in and get out. That's how you get over a relationship. Okay? That's how you move on from a breakup. You move on to someone else. You're like, oh no, but I need time to heal. Heal from what? Are you sick? What are you healing from? Do you have an illness? My heart's broken. Oh no. I need some time just to recruit, to get my thoughts in order. For what? He's with someone else, hosting someone else. You need to date someone else. I'm not saying sleep with someone else immediately, but let someone else take you out, take your mind off things. I'm a big advocate for that. Okay? I'm a very, very big advocate for that. Don't stay too long. Move on. And moving on doesn't mean, just getting another boyfriend straight away. But just date. And if they ask you, oh, when was your last relationship? Just say, oh, it was about 4 months now. Never say, I've just come out of one. Many of you, you talk too much. You're too honest to strangers. And all these men are doing is they're building a case against you. Stop talking too much. Okay? That's how you move on after a breakup. Expeditiously. You keep it moving. Next, why do I attract emotionally unavailable men? Because honestly speaking, they're all emotionally unavailable. The problem is you tell them that you want too much. You tell them you're looking for marriage, you're looking to settle down. All men, they run when they hear that. You're not supposed to tell a man that you're looking for this and looking for that. You're supposed to pretend like you're not looking for anything too. What are you looking for? I'm just seeing what the universe has to offer. What would you want the outcome of the relationship to be? Cool down. We've only just got into this relationship. What do you want the outcome of dating is? What are you looking for on this dating app? I'm just seeing here to have a good time. I'm only here for a short time, not a long time. That's it. Like, don't say, oh, I can't wait. I want to be married this time next year. I want this. I want that. I know you want those things, but don't say it. If you have to make yourself different to all the other people that are on the app, you have to be different. You can't come across as a girl that's like generic and stereotypical like all the other girls who's looking for a boyfriend, looking to get paid up. Nah, you're trying to suss him out. You're like, you need to see whether he's good enough to be with you, not whether you're good enough to be with him. You're not in a rush to enter a relationship because you're watching. If by the fifth date he hasn't asked you to be exclusive, you find someone else because he's not good enough to be with you. And then this is how you're going to do it. Okay, this is how you're going to do it. He's going to say, oh, I'm not looking for anything exclusive. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm just not looking for anything serious. Just be like, that's fine. Neither am I. But the next guy will be looking for something serious. So I'll go over there to that camp. I'll have another date lined up. Always tell a guy you have another date lined up because men don't want to hear that another man is ready to take you out on a date. They don't want to hear that. They want to believe that you are the only one, that he's the only one and you have no other options, let him know that you have options. Let him know that the other guy won't check you out. Okay? That's it. How you're going to do it. Okay. What are the red flags in a relationship? The thing is, I always tell people this is no two relationships are the same. So what's a red flag to you might not be a red flag to the next person. So I can't even tell you what a red flag in a relationship is because it's all about your tolerance levels. What are you willing to tolerate? One woman can tolerate her man not speaking to her all week because he's, running a company or whatever, and he only has time to take her on lavish holidays, but never like the day to day. Another woman will be appalled by that. And it all varies. One woman will be like, he has to pay all my bills, he has to do this, he has to do that. Another woman will be like, no, I'm a boss. I don't need a man to pay my bills. I can pay my own bills. So I can't tell you what's a red flag in a relationship. What I can say is, what are you willing to tolerate? You need to write your own red flags. You need to write all the stuff that you will not tolerate. And if you find a guy and he ticks all that list, then that's for you. The problem most of us have online in this sphere of like giving advice is, if a guy doesn't do this, he's a red flag. If a guy does that, is a red flag. Everything is red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Red. Sometimes it's not a red flag because if you don't mind it, it doesn't matter if the other woman thinks it's a red flag. It really doesn't matter. So a red flag is what you think to be a red flag, not what society has told you is a red flag. If he's looking at other women while you're in a nightclub together, or he's looking at other women while you're in a restaurant together, if that's a red flag for you, that's a red flag. But if you're a confident woman, secure woman that knows if he's looking at other women, when you see a hot guy, you just start staring at a hot guy while he's watching you. You're like, oh, he is fine. Because you know that you're not going to sit here and disrespect me, and I'm not going to shrink in myself and be like, oh my God, he's looking at other women. What should I do? You let him look at other women. You don't comment. And then when you see a sexy guy, be like, oh my God, that guy's got a wicked shape up. Oh my God, he can dress. That guy can dress. Did you see him? So what are you willing to tolerate? That's all it is. It's all a game of tolerance. Relationships are based on tolerance, not love. Relationships don't last because you love him or you like him. It's what are you willing to tolerate. If your tolerance levels are high, you will be married for a long time. You will be in a relationship for a long time. If your tolerance levels are low, you won't be in a marriage for a long time. You won't be in a relationship for a long time. It's as simple as that. It's not love, it's not attraction, it's not communication, it's tolerance. What are you willing to tolerate? That's just it. The next question I was asked was, what are the green flags in a relationship? Exactly what I said about the red flags. Exactly that. How long should I stay single after a breakup? Single doesn't exist. Move on. As soon as you're experiencing a breakup, you are on another dating site. You're moving on very expeditiously, very quickly. Move on. Be healing while you're dating other people. That's the best way to heal. If it's a thing where you've gone through domestic violence, or you've gone through a lot of stuff and you need therapy and all the stuff, or maybe financial abuse or any of those big things, yes, go get the work done on yourself. Pay the therapist, get it through the free healthcare that you have available, whatever it is. Get that work done. But if it's just simple boyfriend, girlfriend, no, 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 no. Move on. As I'm clicking my fingers, you're moving on. As I'm clicking my fingers, you are swiping. Move. You're finding someone else. You're going on another date. You're that girl. Like, you're not giving another guy your best years. Why are you gonna do that? Why? For what? So you get a round of applause and you wear the cloak of victimhood. So everyone you meet say, he cheated on me. Oh, my heart is broken. Oh, like, come on, move on, move on. Okay. How would I know if you're serious about me? You don't have to ask me if you know if he's serious about you. It will just like call you, organize dates, pay for dates, buy you gifts, constantly try and always know where you're at. Not so much as um, obsessive thing, but like, I got tickets for this. Do you want to hang out this weekend? I want to go see this film. Do you want to come sit with? Like, you text him, he replies. Like, you don't have butterflies in your belly. And I say this to a lot of my clients. Having butterflies is not a good thing. If a guy gives you butterflies, that's anxiety. The guy that's right for you will be so calm. Like there will be no butterflies in your belly. You will just feel so safe and so confident. There'll be no like, ah, ah, mm-mm. That when someone gives you butterflies and your heart's getting palpitations, that's not love. That's not even affection. That's anxiety because you're scared. You don't know the outcome, whether this is going to work out or not. You don't know whether he's talking to other girls. You don't know his history. He hasn't told you anything. You're literally playing mind games with your girlfriends on WhatsApp. You're having group chats to dissect everything that he said to figure out, should this happen? What does he mean when he says this? Well, a guy that's so calm and peaceful in your life, you don't need to ask your friends, what does this mean? His yes is his yes, his no is his no. If he says, let's grab lunch Thursday, 9 p.m., all it means is, let's grab lunch Thursday, 9 p.m. If he says, I would like you to meet my mom for my grandma's birthday. You can meet some of the family and my cousins. All it means is I would like you to meet my mom, grandma, cousins. Finish. You don't have to read into it. You don't have to Google it. You don't have to book sessions with Honey Renee to find out what it means. You don't have to ask 10 of your girlfriends what's he trying to say. Does that mean he's serious? You don't have to fit because you know what he's saying is pure, blank, simple. That's all it is. There's no hidden message. There's no hidden agenda. None of that. Okay? That's how you know. What was the question again? That's how you know if he's serious about you. He says what he means what he says. Oh, sorry, there are more questions. I need to go back on the chat here. It says, it said, what did I just walk into laughing out loud? I needed this, but I'm glad you're here. Believe me, says, how to confidently date people from more privileged background when you are not. Don't have the, because all of this comes from what you've even just said, more privileged background when you're not. What does that mean, more privileged background? What does that even mean? So because they come from, I'm assuming, more money, that means you're less than? No, you date them like you date anyone else and enjoy all the perks of being with them if it benefits you. I always tell my clients, once again, don't date a rich guy. Rich guy doesn't mean he's going to give you money, it means he is rich. Date a kind guy. Kind and generous guy means even if he has one what's it, he will give you 90% of the one what's it that he has. You don't want a guy that owns the whole what's it factory, crisp factory, and you don't taste one crisp. So if someone comes from a privileged background, what does that mean for you? Does that benefit you financially? Is that privilege rubbing off on you? Are you experiencing that privilege? Are you going on yachts with them? Are you on their family going on holiday in their family villa? Are you tasting that privilege? Are you going to the private members club with them? Are you being invited to exclusive events? How are you tasting that privilege? Just because someone went to a private school, you know me. Now, let me just speak in Nigerian accent. I feel more comfortable. Okay. Just because someone's parents are well-to-do in society, it means nothing. If you are not experiencing that privilege, is for my YouTube guys. If you are not experiencing that privilege directly, his money and privilege means nothing. Don't feel inadequate because you don't come from that background. As far as I'm concerned, it's not where you come from, it's where you're going. If you like come from money, if you don't have the discipline to keep the money or the drive to enhance it or make it better or build on it or create generational wealth, that means nothing. Everything your parents have done for you, that's in the past. What have you done lately for yourself? If the guy comes from money, the guy comes from this, how does that benefit you? Is he giving it to you? In the words of Mrs. Sprinkle Sprinkle, is he giving you the money? If he's not paying the bills, if he's not paying the bills, why are you concerned? Okay. If the guy has a lavish phone and he drives a Range Rover and he does this, did he give you the key? Did he buy you a Range Rover? Did he allow you to drive the car? Did he tell you to go to his country home in Sussex and spend the weekend there, or go to Scotland to the castle? If you're not enjoying the perks of his privilege, don't feel inadequate. Believe in yourself, okay? Confidently date because he is still a human being. Oh, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, if the person is a woman's mother. Just confidently date that person as they are, not as the privilege that they've come from, unless you are personally benefiting from that privilege. Once again, for those who've just joined the chat, because I've seen that the numbers have gone up, I'm saying, because she's asked, how to confidently date people who are from more privileged backgrounds when you're not. And I'm saying, if someone owns a crisp factory and someone has one crisp, I would rather date the guy with one crisp that will give me 90% of the crisps than the guy who owns the crisp factory and I don't get to taste one crisp. Okay? Just because someone is rich doesn't mean that you are going to taste that wealth. You need someone who's kind. Kindness over wealth any day. You need a kind and a generous partner. You don't want a rich partner because if he's rich and stingy, you're giving Yash. He's not giving you anything. You're putting your heart into it. You're not gaining anything. The only thing you're gaining is my boyfriend's a billionaire. My boyfriend's a millionaire. My boyfriend owns this. My boyfriend. But how are you benefiting from all the things he has? How? How? What have you gained? You're dating the guy and his mom owns, one of the franchises of Burger King. How have you gained? You're dating someone and his dad is a hedge fund manager or Brevin Kiniko. How does that benefit you? For me, his wealth means nothing if you are not benefiting from it. His privileged background means nothing if you are not benefiting from it. So don't ever feel inadequate because you don't come from that background. If you need to talk to me, my line is open. My phone number is, because I've just received a call about half an hour ago. I'm ready for another call. My phone number is 074 044 30799. Okay, to ask me any questions, 074 044 30799. The next person S said, I turned 36. My man, well now ex, is going back to his kid's mother. That's fine. Why should that concern you? He's going back to his kid's mother. Good for them. Let them go and become a nuclear family all over again. Find someone else. And this time, don't date someone who has kids. You're 36. 36 is not 100. Like, I find that a lot of people, once that number three clicks or enters the conversation of age, 31, 30, I'm going to die, 35, 39, I'm going to die. Literally, it's just a number. How do you feel inside? Do you feel young? Do you feel agile? Do you feel confident? Do you feel sexy? That's all that matters. Our good sis Meghan Markle, I know I drag her name all the time because I love her so much. Our good sis Meghan Markle divorced her first husband because he wasn't happy that she got a dream role in Canada and he was like, no, it's time to settle down. And she was like, no, I've been waiting 9 years to break it into acting and now I have. You want me to settle down and be a mother? When I just got my first big girl role. Divorce, that's fine, signed it. Took 2 years out, dated a chef, then landed a prince. At what age? 36. 36, a divorcee, but landed a prince. So when I say that to say this, okay? Whether you're 36 and he's gone back to his kid's mother, that's good for them. I'm glad he wants to make it work with his kid's mum. That's fantastic. Now you need to find your own prince, Harry. Okay? Whether he's black or whether he's Indian or whether he's African, find your own prince and don't worry about your age. Worry about your career. Worry about your health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health if you want to be religious. Worry about that, and the right guy will find you. And don't lead with my age, my age, my age. Age is nothing but a number. If you want to have kids, I get it. Worry about your career, get enough money, freeze your eggs, and that way you're not in a rush to pick rubbish. Because if you rush into marriage, I say all the time in all my books, single to engage in 1 year, single mother to blushing bride, funny prayers to find love, how to attract a great husband. I say all the time, if you rush into marriage, you will rush out. Don't rush. Rush to secure the ring if you know this is your guy, but not because you want a wedding. Because if you want a wedding, you can have a wedding and not have a groom. If you really want a party, you can throw a lavish party, a destination party, and everyone will come out and celebrate you. Don't worry about a wedding day. Focus on a married life. Because once all the guests have come and eaten your rice and your beans, they'll go home. They'll talk about how great the wedding was. It will be between you and this man that you've chosen. So you make sure you picked right. Don't worry about your age. Worry about picking well. Worry about picking well. So S, please stop crying that he's gone back to his kid's mom. It's good that he's gone back to his kid's mom. And it's even good he didn't make you a baby mom. So don't worry about it. Don't. You need to get this book, Single to Engage in 1 year. It will fix up your dating profile, jump back on dating, online dating. You'll find someone. Give yourself exactly 2.5 weeks on that app. Hinge or Bumble. They're the two I advocate for the most because they're the two I had so much fun on. So much fun. If I could tell you about my dating days. Hey, I lived. Occasionally, I tell my husband, don't mess up, oh. Don't mess up, because I know the fun I was having before we settled. Okay? Don't mess up. But yeah, going back on Hinge or Bumble, those two sites, and literally get single to engage in 1 year, read the tactics, how to date, what to say in the captions, how to do this, how to do that, and you find someone else. So don't fret, my love, okay? Next, someone said, do you have any advice for women on picking out a ring with the fiance to be? Oh, master, let me get you, girl. Let me get you. This is how I did it. So when I was dropping hints to my husband, who's my boyfriend at the time, this is the ring I like. All you do is you go on Google, type in types of engagement rings, or I'll tag you in one of the posts because I've made one of this about it. Then you'll see 12 um, videos. In fact, let me go on my page now. I'll show you. I made a video about this exactly 5 weeks ago. Types of engagement rings. Just tag him in it. Actually, no, don't tag him on my page because you don't want him to see that you're getting dating advice. But so that you can see what types of ring you want, and then you can go back to him and tell him. Just tell him. The video is called. It's just after the one where I talk about money. Yeah, which the video is called "Which Diamond Do You Like?" on my page. Is where I mention different types of rings, whether you want the princess cut, the Asher cut, the square cut, like the different types, the oval cut, the different types of engagement rings. Just send him the YouTube page and say this is the ring I like. But before you do that, the problem I did was when I got my ring and I told my husband and we went ring shopping. Well, in my mind it was ring shopping, but in his mind we were just going shopping. And I tried on several rings. So make sure you go home or go to the shop and try on the rings because you don't want to just get a ring because it looks nice on the picture or online, but you don't see how it is on your finger. Because some people have really short, stubby fingers, some people have really long, elegant fingers, some people have short nail beds, long nail beds. You want to see how it looks on your hand. So once you've seen how it looks on your hand, bam, you take a picture of it and say, hey babe, when you do propose, this is the ring I like. Because you're so confident in your relationship, you know he's gonna do it. And if you don't, you know you're gonna keep it stepping. Hey babe, when you do propose, this is the ring I like. Take the picture and you send it to him. Okay? And also say, this is the shop I got it from. Now you don't know the date he'll propose, you don't know the time he'll propose, but you do know that this is the man you want to be married to. So you've let him know, babe, take your time. And when you do decide to do it, I'm also talking to my YouTube girls. When you do decide to do it, this is the ring I want. So you don't go and buy me a Makodo ring. I don't want no Makodo ring. Okay, I want correct ring. That's how you do it. You have nothing to lose. If he gets you the ring, mwah. If he doesn't propose and it's been a year since you sent that message, you start inviting another guy into the relationship because it's time to move on. Okay, that's how you do it. Believe in yourself. When dating, how do you answer questions about family background, parents, jobs? Okay, it depends how early on. I don't talk about family background and parents and things like that before 6 weeks. Our combo is very shallow. Literally, is about TV shows, favorite food, restaurants, and stuff. After we've got comfortable, and I'm like, this person has some sense because I don't want to just offload all my family info. I don't talk about family, religion, or politics outside. So I don't want to offload all my family info to a stranger. I don't have time for that. When I know that this one has sense, I'll be very vague. I won't tell him any of my family gossip. I hate when people think that they're trying to create something with a guy and they're spilling all their family teas and their uncle who's a pervert and their dad who was a deadbeat and then their mom who was a whore and then their sister who has 7 baby daddies and then their brother who's a this went to prison. Mm-mm. You don't need to say all your family secrets because you're dating a new guy. No, you just say one or two things, but keep it very surface level. All of this will come out in due time if you really like him. Maybe 4 months' time, you'll be like, oh, that's my aunt who da 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 da. Then maybe a year's time, oh, that's my da da. Will you wait until you're married before you unload and unleash all your family secrets on the guy? You don't need to do that. Don't. I know you want to share, you want to feel transparent, you want to do all the stuff, but don't offload. Okay, that's how you answer the question. You're very specific with what you say. Parents' jobs. Yeah, talk about your parents' job. There's nothing to it. Your mom's a doctor, your mom's a lawyer, your mom's a cleaner, your mom's an air hostess. That don't mean nothing. But that all that can becomes after you know that this one has shown that there's some kind of sense there because you don't want to just so he's building a case on you. Mm-mm. You want him to think this girl's secretive. I know nothing. I've been with her. We've had so many dates. We've had a great time, but I still don't know her. That's when you know you're on the right path with a guy. You don't want to be a girl that he can just be like, oh, Richard, yeah, she talks too much, man. Oh, that girl, Alicia, she's always talking. God, can you imagine? She told me that. You want him to be like, I'm dating this thing. She's so buff, but I don't know her. Like, I feel like I don't know her. I want him to say, I feel like I don't know her yet, because he has to invest in knowing you. Let him invest to knowing you. Don't tell him everything. Don't, okay? Keep things to yourself. After a while, you say this, you say that. You don't say too much. So there's so many because Ruler said, Mom, take them damn chops out of your hair and shush. Okay, Ruler. Thank you very much. I would tell you to suck your mother, but I don't want to do that because, oh, my girls are talking on my behalf. Thank you so much, Appear Mom. We don't even have to reply to people like that. Candace Owen married in 2 weeks to a hedge fund manager. Yeah, but Candace Owens' situation is slightly different. Number one, she's in America. She was growing her fan base. The man was a 1 in a million like chance. A hedge fund manager is effectively a billionaire. He's not Oluwatobi from Hinge down the road. Do you understand? 2 weeks is even too short for me. If I was with a hedge fund manager, we'd be married in 24 hours. I want you to understand a hedge fund manager effectively is a billionaire. My friend is married to a hedge fund manager. Okay, I won't say which one. A hedge fund manager is effectively a billionaire because when you meet them, you won't realize all the investments that they have, the bonuses that they get for each one of the things. I remember I went to her house once and we were playing this game. He's Italian, and we were playing this game where the villagers have to come out and get the werewolves, and you have to guess which one's a werewolf and which one's not. It's almost like the Traitors on the BBC. This is like maybe about 5 6 years ago, and then him and I were in the room in the flat, and everyone else was in the main dining area bit because they were all the villagers, and he was trying to tell me which character I was. And while he was talking, I just got distracted. So I'm looking at all these like little award trophies on the shelf thing, and I was like, bro, what are all these zeros? He was like, zeros? I was like, yeah, like I see your name, I see the company, but it's saying um in achievement of this is the bonus of for completing the contract of da da da. Da. And I'm like, hold on, it's 1 2 3. I know 6 zeros is a million because I love my numbers and I love money. 7 zeros, 8 zeros. He said, yeah, the contract was this contract, 100 million. Da, 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 da. I said, what percentage of that did you get? And he laughed. That's when I was like, yay! I was like, bro, you done well. He told me the character I was. I went back to the room. We played the game. Ha ha ha. As soon as I got home, I texted my friend. I said, call me in the morning when you're not with the guy. They were just dating at the time. They were not married. I said, whatever you do, make sure you marry that man. I won't say her name. Respect her privacy. I said, babe, whatever you do, make sure you marry him. She was like, what do you mean? I said, do you know how much your man earns? She was like, no, we haven't discussed that. They've been together for 7 years. I said, wait, what? I said, do you know what he does? I said, but do you know how much he earns as a da 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 da? She said, no. I said, this is what da da da. And I asked him da da da. And he said da da da. She goes, oh! I said, yes, make sure you lock it down. I'm not saying she wasn't going to marry him. But after I had that conversation with her, she put it in motion. She put on that train. The train was in the motion of marriage. They were married 2 years later. He proposed that end of the year. So the point I'm trying to say is this: Candice Owen being married in 2 weeks to a hedge fund manager is wonderful. If I was Candice Owen, I would have been married to him in 14 hours because that money is long. Okay. So when I'm giving you advice, I'm giving you advice for Oluwatobi and Chukwuemeka and Michael from down the road. I'm not giving you advice for billionaires. Okay. I'm not giving you advice for billionaires. Hey, would you marry someone only to benefit from their wealth or something? It helps. It helps. Money is not important in regards to character, but money is important. We're not going to sit here and deceive ourselves that money is not important. Money is important. Money is so important, if not just for you, but for your future children, your future generation. And if we go back to just being for you, your lifestyle, your peace of mind, money gives you peace. Obviously, I know that sometimes when you have money, you have bigger bills, you have da da da. But if it's his money and he's kind, remember I said we don't care about rich men, we care about kind, generous men. If he's a rich, generous man, that's very important because most of the arguments and disgruntled and all the stuff that you guys will experience will lead to responsibilities, who's in charge of what, who's doing this, who's doing that. So yes, would you marry someone to only benefit from their wealth? I would marry someone considering that they're nice and they're kind, but being wealthy, that's up there. That is up there for me because I'm not a my mom didn't raise no fool. I'm not a fool. Don't let anyone deceive you to say, oh my god, you're a gold digger. No, 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 no. Money is important. Money for yourself. I tell all my girls every chapter of my books. The first chapter I always talk about self improvement, making your own money. Yes, so that no one has financial abuse over you. However, from chapter 2 onwards, I talk about leveling up, getting someone who has money so that you're marrying equal. Because if you're not the 1% of the 1% of women in the world who are in the 1% tax bracket, and they are the only people who, if they choose, they can marry down, they can do this, they can do that. But if you're not there, definitely marry up. Definitely marry up. Definitely marry up. I'm giving you advice that I would give my own daughter. Definitely marry up. Definitely. Hey, Rosetta, my love. Okay, people are laughing. I don't know why they're laughing. What did I say? Um, sorry. Let's keep growing up. So I've missed so much. Asher and Marquis car, I love it. They are, especially a Marquis car with like two pillow diamonds at the side as well. I love that. It's just so crisp. But I also like, nice princess cut is nice. So it all depends on the shape of your finger. Um, sorry, I've missed so much. Yeah, call. You can call on WhatsApp or you can just call normally. It doesn't really matter. It's my business line, so it doesn't really matter if you call. Um, so what did I miss? Yeah, that number's right. 07404430799. Um, yeah, okay. Scarlett's daughter freezing eggs is great to see and surprising. Scarlett Douglas. I don't know who Scarlett Douglas is, but okay. Aspire this woman is. I know your aunties can't stand her for the Spartans. I don't know whose aunties. I don't understand. Um, um, what if the guy asks family background first, like during the talking stage? I'm sorry, but why are you interested in my family? That's what I'll tell him. Like, why? I'll say, you marry my family, you marry me. Because there's some people that they're so rooted in the traditional way of thinking that before they even want to date you, they want to make sure that your mom and dad are still together. They want to make sure that this happens. Like, are you dating all those? Are you dating me? If a Prince of England, back to Meghan Markle again, I told you I love using her name. If a Prince of England don't care that his future wife's mom and dad are divorced, don't care that his future wife is also divorced, why do you care? So don't worry about what my mom or my dad or whether I was adopted or who has a cat and who has a dog. You're gonna be married to me. You're taking me on a date. It's me and you that's gonna be knacking under the sheets. It's not you and my mom. Why are you concerned about my mom and my dad's decisions and my auntie's decisions and my brother's decisions? Like if a guy is asking family, 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 oh guy, do you want to come and pay my bride price? Like, do you want to date my dad? Like why? That's how you make light of it, make a joke of it, make him look like an idiot. Okay, always make light of it. If a guy's like asking family, family, family questions, like, do you fancy my sister? Like, do you want to hook up my sister? Why do you care about her and what she did? And why is that important? And you're not whining and dining me. Aren't I the number one woman in your life? Like, aren't isn't it me that you're trying to get to know? Get to know me, and then in time, you might meet them in time. But get to know me. Don't worry so much about background. Over time, maybe about a month or two, then you get to know about a sibling, a dad. But the guy that likes you won't ask you all those questions, and the guy that's for you won't worry about all those things. You could be drenched in engine oil and he'll still say that's the woman I want. You could have literally rainbow stripes with zebra stripes on your hair walking down the high street, wearing a giraffe, and he'll be like, that's the woman I want. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to say too much. You don't have to come from a perfect family, perfect. Mm-mm. The man that wants you, that's right for you, will like you just the way you are. Okay? So don't worry about your background and any of those things. Um, Hey, ML, not to be rude or anything, but your lace is lifting. I know, babes. It's because it's such a hot day. It is what it is. Don't worry. I don't really care. I genuinely don't care because I have hair underneath. And if you see some of my videos, the last 6 videos, There was one where I was sitting in the car with just my braids. I was talking about how white women love to do spin and they're really great at spin. I didn't have a wig on. It was okay. But thank you, my love. Do you have advice on dating someone from a different country? Absolutely. Ask me, what do you need to know? Deanne said you look so good. Thank you, babe. Correct. Where do I meet? Where do you meet who? Oluwatobi can't love you on 24 hours. You're Abby. Can you imagine? Is that me? I don't think that's me. How did she lock it down? She just said to him, because she's also gorgeous. That's I was put clause in that. She's also very gorgeous. She said to him, "We've been together 8 years now, 7 years now, and I think that I am worthy of being someone's wife, and I would love the privilege of being a wife next year to someone else." The way she worded it, I told her what to say. Like, I think I can see myself being a wife next year. She didn't say his wife. She said a wife. So that's already planting seeds in his mind that, hold on, she's trying to be a wife, but she never mentioned me. She's talking about her future dreams, but she never mentioned me. Do you understand? So she knows her worth. She knows her value. She's educated. She's beautiful. She's tall. She's gorgeous. Great heart. She knew, like, yes, she's been with him for 7 years. They've been together since she was 22. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to give you any more time to figure it out. So they went on holiday to Milan and he proposed. That's how that happened. That's how she locked it down. And they were married a year later. Okay, so what did your friend do? She just had the talk, exactly what I just said. Real talks from a great friend. Yeah, because like the way I see it is, if my friend marries well, I'm happy. Because if your friends, okay, let's play a little game, okay, of connect the dots. If your friend marries well, you are in a circle of greatness. So your friend A marries well, you're still friends with A, so now you're friends with A and B. Your friend B marries well, your friend marries B, you're now connected to A and B. So literally, if like six of your closest friends marry six great guys, you are now connected to six influential people. That's why I lock it. Like, I tell them to lock it in, because that way you're not networking at events to try and meet people for business ideas or business deals. You're not networking and like going on LinkedIn. Da, 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 da. You're creating your own, graphite, your own diamond chain link of greatness around you, because they say, show me your five people around you and I'll show you who you are. So if my girls are marrying up and marrying well, I'm also in that circle of people who are marrying up and marrying well. We're the next generation of people who are like, you know, big dicks effectively. So that's why I encourage my friends, don't marry no bum. Don't marry a guy that's making you cry. If he's making you cry while you're dating, what do you think is gonna happen when you're married? It's gonna make you laugh. If he's giving you stress while you're dating, what do you think is gonna happen when you guys are married? That he's not gonna give you stress? No. You always need to really be selective with your energy, with your time, with your, just like your mental health. You always need to go to someone and be with someone that makes you feel like your best self. Don't encourage your friends to stay with a bum. Don't encourage your friends just for the sake of, oh, we've been together for a long time, make it work. You got to lock it in and you're ride or die. I don't believe in ride or die. I don't believe in ride or die. Ride and go, ride and jog. If things are not going well, carry your bag and go. Get on the bicycle and run. Start cycling away. Don't ride or die here. If you're in pain, in distress, carry your bag, vamos. I tell my girls, quick, quick, quick. I'm the first to say, get out of there, bruv. I'm the first to say it. And I don't say it lightly. If I ever tell my friend, this guy's not the guy for you, if you want to stay here, it's your own. I'm the first to say it, because I'm the first to listen. I am the first to listen, and I also listen to advice. I tell myself, what will this person gain by me coming out of this relationship? What will this person gain by me staying in this relationship? That's how I view it. Okay. So yeah, so my friends, they've all married very well. And even the single ones, I'm still trying to get them to marry well. And marrying well doesn't necessarily mean just financially well, but just marrying kind people that will help them live long. I don't want my friends to die early. I don't want them to marry someone that will give them blood pressure. I don't want to marry into a family that will just stress them. No, 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 none of that. Marry well. Okay? Generous and kind. Yes, we don't care about rich here. We're not here for rich. We're here for generous and kind. Rich can be stingy. Some of the stingiest people you'll ever meet are rich people. Do you know why? Because they stay stingy so they can stay rich. Okay? I'm digging for gold, not cement. I know that's right. Okay, so what's next? Rich men don't care if a woman is broke or rich, broke or poor. Yeah. Um, I'm saying African aunties that want women to not be emotionally intelligent before marriage. Oh, I don't have any African aunties that are like. I came from a very long lineage of a grandma who was very clued on. My grandma was a stay-at-home mom, but the thing with my grandma was she came from a very wealthy family. She married for love because my granddad didn't have no money. She came from a fishery family, so like her family were the sole importers of fish into the country. That's how wealthy she was, right? But she got married at 21 because back then, which was like in the 20s, 1920. She got married at 2021 to him. They met at uni, but she was the first girl in the village to go to uni. So she went to uni, did all that stuff. They met at uni, and then he said, "Oh, no, stay home and be a stay-at-home mom." And I'll da da da. So she gave up all her dreams, all her stuff to push him to join the police force, and literally he grew in ranks to be like one of the top policemen in the country, like a commissioner or something, some really high up position. And she had 9 kids for him. And even as a single mom, not single mom, even as a stay-at-home mom with 9 kids for this guy who's like literally one of the top commanders in the country, she made sure none of her daughters ever made that mistake. Who is it? Okay, hold on. Oh no, I'm comfortable. Don't go over there. Yeah. She made sure none of her daughters made the same mistake. And I say mistake very lightly because that was her decision. She didn't have to agree to it. She could have said no. But she made sure none, she had 9 kids. So she had 4 girls and 5 boys for the same man, my granddad. Okay. He only had one wife. They were very strong Catholics. But she made sure none of them gave up their career to support a man. Yes, he became super successful, super influential, did all the stuff, built houses, like empires upon empires. Hmm. However, she realized that even though she sacrificed all the stuff, she still had to go to a man for money. And this is someone who came from such a wealthy family where she had this so much autonomy over her life. She now had to be Mrs. Something, and Mrs. Something always have to answer to a man and have to ask for something. So when her daughters came up in the world, doctor, nurse, architect, just and all very successful women, very successful women. She made sure none of them became a stay-at-home mom because they all married men who said the same stuff. No, stay home, I'll look after you. They were like, no, 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 no. My mom, which was my grandma, said, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So that's why I say I come from a strong line of women who like they educate. They're like, make sure you learn this, make sure you do this, make sure, and not just book smart because the women in my family are very book smart. But every advice I'm giving is from the women in my family. They are street smart. Even like my uncles, their wives fed into me too. Like one of the books, Single to Engage in 1 Year, that I wrote, most of the theory came from her, and she's Zimbabwean. She's not even Nigerian. She's the one that came up with the 1 year rule that she don't date a guy for more than a year. She's been telling me this since I was 16. Since I was doing GCSE, she was like, when you're ready to date, make sure you don't date a man for more than a year. She used to tell me this from a young age. That don't let no man waste your time. Don't. When you're ready to date and you're ready to settle down, make sure after a year, if he's not serious, carry your bag and go. I learned that from my Zimbabwean aunt. Okay, so yeah, back to why about African aunties. Not all African aunties are like nah. The African aunties, some of them are like clued on because they know men can be kind, but they can also be cruel. Not saying my grandfather was cruel, he wasn't, but there must have been something she experienced where she was like, none of my girls will be stay-at-home mums. Okay. Hey girl, I haven't seen you since corner. When are we getting them coins? How have you been? I don't know what she means by the corner. I'm a bit slow. I can't catch on to what these things. Oh, me too. I'm not a ride or die. Don't be ride or die, oh. Don't be ride or die. Eh? Ride or don't die there. Oh. Carry your bag and go. Okay, okay. No, someone women and girls need to look back at their background and make progressive decisions. Absolutely, I'm a big advocate for progressive decisions. Definitely, you got. How do I improve? Because you always want to do better than your mom. You want to do better than your grandma. You want to do better than your great grandma, and then you want your daughter to do better than you. So it's like it's just a continuation, like as much as people give Trump so much shit, and I do think he's a bit of an asshole, but I like that his dad gave him 1 million and he turned 1 million to 1 billion. Same with Kim Kardashian, as much as she's a bit of I like that she came from a rich family. Obviously, she had a great upbringing and whatnot, lived next to Bruce Springsteen, all the big stuff. Had a boyfriend, Michael Jackson's nephew, literally went to Michael Jackson's house. All that she had such an amazing, like, outworldly childhood. And even though they went broke for a while, she decided to, no, I'm not gonna stay broke because I know where I've come from. I'm only trying to get up. And I like that she's doing what she's doing with her kids with North and like trying to keep that generational wealth going. Questionable in some ways, but I like that she's trying to, improve. It's always good to improve. Always good. Okay. Um, Okay, so let me go back to my questions that you guys sent in to me. The next question was, how do I meet a good man? Everywhere, everywhere. The thing is, oh, there's someone sent me hearts. Oh, that's my first gift. Yeah, you guys send me stuff, man. I'm out here dropping gems. I think I've been on here for an hour, 30 minutes. Oh, that's a long time. That's a long time. Yeah. Um, you asked, how do I meet a great man, a good man? You can meet a good man anywhere, the same way you can meet a bad man anywhere. You just have to meet a man and then you decide whether it's a good man or a bad man. How do you decide whether it's a good man or bad man? By how he treats you, by how he treats others, not what he says, but by his actions. What does he do? How does he talk about his friends when they're not there? How does he act when he's angry? How does he act? Does he follow through with what he says? Like little things. That's how you know whether a guy is a good guy. All of this don't mean nothing. How does he talk about his ex? I hate when guys sit and they bash their ex. Oh, she was this, she did that. No, 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 What is their accountability? What did you do to provoke her? You did nothing. She was just this, really, and you did nothing for real. Sure, so that's how you know if a guy's a good man or not, by his actions, not what he says. Okay, honey Renee, why am I still single? You're still single because it's just not your time yet. But it could be your time today. You can find someone today and you can get paid up today. You can find someone tonight and you can get paid up tonight. What are your deal breakers? Are you someone that he has to be 10 out of 10 on the list? Or are you someone that you're okay with maybe 2 out of 10 because you know that those two are very strong things and the other 8 are fickle? It all depends on why you're still single. Are you actively trying to find people on specific dating apps? Oh, fantastic. Well done. Are you actively trying to find someone on dating apps? Or are you just sitting in your house hoping that a great guy will come and find you? Are you telling your friends, hey, I'm single? Are you telling your brothers? Ask your friends if they're single, try and hook me up with their cousin. Like, are you making the effort in yourself? Are you looking nice when you go out? And I'm not saying like waiting for special occasions. Every day is a special occasion. I was talking to my friend the other day and I discovered why she's still single. She dresses like a bum Monday to Friday because she works from home and all the stuff, and then she wears pajamas to go to the corner shop and all the stuff. And then she looks sensational when she goes to parties. And I tried to explain to her, if you look nice when you go to a party or an event, everyone else there is going to look nice. So you're not going to stand out. Everyone's gonna look nice. Everyone's gonna get their hair laid, their face beat, their outfits on deck. Like you're not gonna stand out. But if you look nice every day, you're gonna walk to the corner shop. Someone's gonna bump into you, and you look great. A car's gonna drive by, beep beep. They might even drive around the corner and say, "Come." Like every day you have to look nice every day. You have to look nice every day. Like, don't save it for the special occasions, because if you save it for the special occasions, everyone's gonna look nice, and then you're just in a room of like 100 beautiful women. So your chance has gone from 1 in 3 to 1 in 100 because everyone's hot, you know. So I told her, just try. Like, you never know. You might be going to the shop on a Saturday morning to grab some eggs and bacon or whatever, and someone else might be going, and you look nice, and he'll be like, "Oh my god, I've never seen you before. Do you live around here?" It's as simple as that. Where was I? My husband and I went to Battersea Park for Father's Day on Saturday, and where were we going? We were walking. We were trying to get an Uber home because we didn't drive, because I've got the flu and my nose is better. And then he was okay. Let's just take the tube, and then the sunshine can do stuff to you, so you might feel better. So on our after we finished at Battersea Park, I didn't go to church that morning because I'm Catholic. So I said, okay, I'll go to 6 o'clock mass in the evening. So around like 4:30, I was like, babe, I still have to rush back because remember church. He was okay, cool. So we decided we'll take an Uber because it'll be quicker. So we've now trying to get an Uber from Battersea Park. If you live in London, you know what I'm saying. If you don't, just bear with me in the story. So the Uber wasn't coming outside the park because there's so many double red lines, meaning you can't park or stop. So we had to walk through like a few houses and through a few back streets and paths and stuff just to get to the Uber. And then this person was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you before." Not seeing that, my husband and my baby was behind me. You are from around here, just because I looked nice for Father's Day. So always look nice. You don't know where someone will approach you. You don't know where someone will compliment you or just be like, "Wow, you look really nice. I haven't seen you before on this road." Like your neighbor. You might have a neighbor from 4 doors away that's been, doesn't even notice you because you just look so mid. And one day you decide to wear a nice dress, very nice dress, do your hair, do a bit of makeup, and you go out and he's coming home from work or going to work or going to the shop, whatever it is, and he'll be like, "Oh my god, do you live here? Do you live around here? I've never seen you before." You don't know. Sometimes you don't have to go to Hinge and Bumble and big conventions and tech conventions and da da da. Sometimes the guy lives three roads away from you. Just look nice and be approachable. Don't have a resting bitch face. No, put headphones in, listen to like upbeat music to get your blood pumping, to get your vibes going, so that you're just in a happy mood. So when someone says, "Hey," be like, "Sorry, what was that?" Oh, obviously, oh no, no, I live here. Do you live here? Oh, okay. What number? Oh, I live number. Okay. Okay, now see you later then. Or do you, okay, sure, sure. Here's my number. Here's your, and then put your headphone back in and just, you know, just yeah, man. Like, it's just as simple as that. You don't have to go too far. Okay, so what have I missed? Y'all are really having conversations with yourself. I love it. I love it. I love it. Toby, thoughts on dating for potential with a bit of proof. Oxford, Harvard educated engineer. That don't mean nothing. He's an Oxford, Harvard educated engineer. What's his job, sis? What's his job? Is he an engineer at a Fortune 500 company? And is he an engineer at a Fortune 500 company who is generous? We don't want an engineer that went to Oxford and Harvard and is not generous. We don't want that. That's why I keep stressing. I don't care what he does for a living. Is he kind? He could be a carpenter and give you £100 of his £100 salary, or he could be a doctor and you don't get to see anything. You are the one when you go shopping. You are paying for everything. So Oxford graduated, Kiniko. Harvard graduated, boom, 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 boom. Is he kind? He's eloquent. He speaks well. On go. Do you benefit from the coins? Does he buy you flowers spontaneously? You told him your favorite flowers are peonies. You told him your favorite flowers are pink hydrangeas. You told him your favorite flowers are this. Has he bought it for you just because? If he likes, he can be president of Norway. How are you benefiting from that? Just do you get my drift of what I'm saying? I don't care what his job is. I don't care where he went to school. He could go to a Redbrook University, a Russell Group University, a top 10 Pennsylvania University in America, Queen's College in Nigeria, Babcock, Kinnikok. Do you benefit from it in any way? If you benefit from it, yes, those are my thoughts. If you're not benefiting from it, those are not my thoughts. Case in point, our beautiful sis Chioma Adeleke, Davido's wife. I'm telling you, if she was with Davido and she wasn't benefiting from it, she won't stay there. She's benefiting from it. So that's why she stayed and endured as much as she has. And as she should. If you are with someone who is successful and you're not benefiting from their success, there's nothing to brag about. There's no bragging rights. How are you benefiting from it? Are you going to eat his degree? Are you? All you're going to say is, oh, at least my kid's dad went to, no, 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 no. But is he kind? Is he generous? Is he a good person? Does he lift your spirits? Does he add to your spirit? Does he make you feel so happy and content? Does it give you peace and calm? Is he your safe haven? I don't care about the big, big name. Am I going to eat Harvard? Am I going to eat Oxford? Am I going to eat a certificate? You have your own certificate, you have your own PhD, you have your own master's, you have your own bachelor, you have your own counseling, you have all your stuff. You're not eating his degree, okay? It's great he's got those things. It's good, but how does it benefit you? For people not actively trying, how does hopping cycle happen? You get into a relationship or you start dating, and make sure you don't just date one guy. Have guys like the nails in the packet. Make sure you have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 10 on your roster if you can. And I know some of there's not enough hours in the day. You can just text sporadically. You can be like, hey, I saw that Michael Jackson's come out. I really like to see this film. Do you want to go this weekend? He'll be like, yeah, sure. Like, then you text, okay, get the tickets and I'll see you where the place is. So you told him where you want to go, he'll get the tickets. Why I don't encourage you planning dates? Because you want to make sure this guy knows how to plan dates. Because if you start planning dates from day one, you're gonna get so burdensome later on in life when you guys are married and you've got a lot of the mental load and you have to plan the dates and look after the family and the so it's great to date guys that love to plan. I'm an advocate for it. That's one of the biggest reasons why I fell very hard very quickly for my husband. He was a planner. He planned dates. When I'm with him, my brain is off. I don't have to think about certain things. Like if we go on holiday, I don't even have to remember my passport. Plan the hotel, plan the activities, plan the excursions, plan the trips, plan, pay everything. My brain is off. That's the guy you're looking for. So make sure you have many of them because this guy might be a planner, but he doesn't pay. This guy might be a payer, but he doesn't plan. This guy might pay and plan everything. So that's why you need so many on your roster. So you're trying it out. Which one fits the criteria? Which one fits the iota of what you want? No, I don't want to invite you to co-host, Sammy. Okay, so that's how the hopping happens. You make sure you have several guys on your roster, like the nails and the nail packet, and then you go on dates with one, two, try and space it out, maybe 3 or 4 dates a month. You don't want to overburden yourself because dating is long. You got to get ready. You got to buy the outfit. You got to get your nails done. If you have kids, you got to get childcare. You got to now decide, like, do you remember what he said? Because you also want to be attentive. You also so there's a lot of effort that goes into it. So if you can go on 3 or 4 dates a month with all the guys on your thing, space it out. It'll work out. And don't talk. Most important. I should have told the peer mum when she rang earlier, or the head babe when she rang earlier. Don't spend too long on the phone with someone. When he's trying to keep you on the phone, be like, oh, if we say all the stuff now, what will we say when we meet up? Let's save it for when we meet up. Always emphasize, let's save it for when we meet up. You want to get off the phone. Don't stay on the phone for too long because when you stay on the phone for too long, he's not putting effort into trying to see you, to smell your perfume. A man falls in love by smelling your perfume. A man falls in love by seeing your beautiful face in real life. A man falls in love by seeing your wonderful figure. A man falls in love by you stroking his arm when he says a joke. Stroking his leg when he says a joke. You're having dinner and your knees are locking under the table and you're playing with your hair and you're looking into his eyes. That's how he falls in love. He doesn't fall in love over the phone. Get off the phone. Stop saying on the phone for 4 hours thinking, yo, we're connected. I would rather a 20-minute conversation on the phone and a 4-hour date in real life than a 4-hour conversation on the phone and a 20-minute date in real life. Get off the phone. Don't let these men keep you on the phone. Always emphasize, I'll rather tell you this in real life. I'm super busy. Can we pencil in an opportunity to see each other? Should we go to the park to for a picnic? Do you want to go Always get off the phone. Get him off the phone till he's needing more. He needs to, "Oh, bro, I want to see her. I want to see her. I want to see." Don't spend 10 hours on the phone and think that's an achievement because you had a 10-hour marathon talking about your life, your childhood, your this, your that. No, get off the phone. Get off the phone. Okay? Lock it in. Get to dating in real life, meeting him in real life. So, babe, the peer mom, that's how hopping cycle happens. Okay? Have many people on the roster. Sora says, now I'm only looking for jobs that have minimum 3 to 4 working days. I need to get married. No, don't rush to get married. You're looking for jobs that have minimum 3 to 4 working days. Okay, but there's no rush to get married. The rush is making sure you're locked in your career and your money's tight. That's the rush. The rush leveling up and training and retraining and sharpening your mindset because your job will be with you forever. A marriage may or may not last, but a job, that money in your account, that's locked in. Okay, that's more important. That's definitely more important. Okay, I'm moving back to London. Any good areas for 30 plus to live? Anywhere in London is great. Anywhere that you can afford is great because London has fantastic transport links. So you can go from one area to another area in a heartbeat. Some areas you can get to central London in 20 minutes. So everywhere is fine in London. So long you're in London, you can get to anywhere in London. If the train ain't working, you got the tube. If the tube ain't working, you got the tram. If the tram ain't working, you got the bus. If the bus ain't working, you got Uber. If Uber's on strike, you got Bolt. So like London is such a city that is so wonderful. You can get to anywhere in a short space of time. So it doesn't matter where in London, all of London is spectacular. But I believe Southwest is the best. Okay, the people I'm in finance, Bayswater, lovely. So, sorry, I need to clear my nose. Told you guys I'm got the flu. I'm recovering from the flu. So, guys, also go on my YouTube and subscribe because I want to post like full length videos there. I want to start doing that. And Instagram as well. If you can follow me on Instagram, that would be lovely. Mm. Hi, for your information, I mean 3 office days working from home has kept me single. No, working from home. I worked from home and found a husband, girl. Working from home gives you. I work from home and I'm doing a TikTok live. Okay, working from home gives you the chance to like do your own thing. You can set up your profile if you're working from home, your dating profile. I emphasize don't having more than 2 dating profiles at one time. Work from home, you can have phone calls on a lunch break. You can pencil in dates. You can leave work by 5, which is your house, so you can start getting ready for 4:30, 4 o'clock while you're working from home. Look at it as a plus side. Look at it as a wonderful thing. You're working from home, you can get ready quicker, you can meet for your date quicker, you can da, da, da. So it's not a bad thing. You don't have to rush from the office to come home to change. You're at home. So it hasn't kept you single. You just have to utilize, once again, single to engage in 1 year. I'll give you tips on how to utilize your online dating profile when you want to date if you're working from home. Your pictures, you get to take really good pictures if you're working from home. It's a blessing to work from home. Okay. Hi from Switzerland. This morning I bought your 30 Days of Gratitude. Oh, that's such a very mid book, but it's for like if you're feeling so overwhelmed with life and you just need someone to prep you every day, that's the book for you. It's not a dating book. It's literally just I'm single. I'm so overwhelmed. I need to like find pockets of happiness. Where can I find pockets of happiness? That's what the 30 Days of Gratitude book is to help you find pockets of happiness in your life. But it's not really a dating guide at all. But thank you for buying the book. I'm very grateful. Hope cycle. I hoping it will happen again. It will. I always feel like as you get into dating pool when you're in the 30s on dating apps, it can. reduce the quality of men. It really doesn't reduce the quality of men here, babe. It doesn't. Once again, like I said, our good sis Megan found her husband at 36. Okay, Zara Tyndall, the king's niece, she found her husband at 31. It doesn't reduce the quality of men. What it does, it gives you the option. At 30, you can date a guy who's 25 and date his dad who's 45. That's what it does to you. Change your mindset. Change how you view it. Don't look at it as your time has passed. No, this is your peak. You know you have the best sex in your 30s than you did in your 20s because you know what works for your body. You know how your mind works. Your prefrontal cortex has developed, and that's the most important thing. In your 30s, you know more because you've experienced more, and you can like see the patterns in life and like the time wasters. You can see them from a distance. In your 20s, you couldn't see them. You were naive. So the 30s are really good. It's literally just navigating, where do I go from here? How do I strategize? I'm 30. Do I want to put that on my dating profile? Do I want to make my year younger? Do I want to change the age of the guys that I want to date now that I'm 30? Should I make it maybe 37 and make it come down to 29? So from 29 to 37, because now that I'm 31, like look at it, you're 31. How is it, how are you going to navigate? If you look at it negatively, you will have a negative dating experience. But if you look at it positively, you will have a positive dating experience. Okay. So don't worry about being 30. Don't worry about being in your 30s. Worry about whether you're enjoying life as it is. Worry about whether you're placing yourself in situations where you can meet new friends. See, I said new friends, not meet guys. Because I made a video about, I think, 4 videos ago this week where I talked about meeting people and not worrying about whether the relationship is going to become a relationship. I want you to go out and meet guys. Those guys might be married, those guys might be gay. I just want you to meet guys. Those guys will introduce you to the guys who you will get married to. So the guys you meet, they'll just be your friends. That's why I encourage women, go out, socialize, speak, go to places, just meet people, because the people you're talking to aren't even the guys you're going to marry or date. They're the guys that are going to introduce you to the guys who you're going to marry or date. So don't worry about your age, or worry about whether you know how to communicate. When you meet people in real life, do you know how to like network, and not network for jobs, but just network for life? If you go out with your friends and you're sitting next to a group of guys, do you make a statement? Or if a group of guys are sitting on a table and you walk past, do you say, "Hey, your shirt's really nice"? And he'll be like, "Oh my God, thank you," and you just keep walking. That's it. So you're just like giving people compliments. You're just like this happy soul that just giving joy everywhere you go, and people will want to get to know you. Your spirit will gravitate them towards you. For instance, we're in a bar, you walk past someone who's sitting on their own or sitting with a friend, and you're just like, "You have a really nice haircut." Just give a compliment, whatever it is. Find one nice thing to say and just keep it moving. They will come and find you. You will make them smile. They'll be like, "Oh my God," she said, "Oh my God, yeah." Like, men get shy too. Men get shy too. Increase your social circle. How do you do that? By complimenting strangers. Increase your social circle. How do you do that? By talking to people, just creating conversation everywhere you go. Strike up a convo everywhere you go. That person's not your person, but that person will introduce you to someone who is your person, or introduce you to someone else who will introduce you to someone who is your person. There's this like string theory, like how you meet someone. I want to get it right, but you meet someone, but there's like a 8 steps to the person that you will meet, that you end up with based on the person that you've met today or something like that. I don't know exactly know how it goes, but it's something about how like the laws of the universe is so connected and how we're all connected. So don't worry. Honestly, don't worry. How long should phone calls last? No more than 20 minutes. Wits World is asking me. No more than 20. You have no business being on the phone with a guy for more than 20 minutes. The first time you talk, if you're talking before you go on your first date, maybe an hour, especially if you've met them online and you just need to make sure that they're not a serial killer or a sociopath or stuff like that. Even though men lie, women lie, time doesn't lie. But maybe that's the only combo that can be an hour. Other than that, 20 minutes. Whatever they want to discuss, let's talk about it in real life. The only time the convo should be like 2, 3 hours is if you're in a relationship, he's gone on, away for work and gone to another country for work for a few days, and you miss each other and you want to like FaceTime and all of that stuff. Yes. that's fine. Or maybe over the Christmas break when he goes back to his family and you go back to your family and you miss each other, yes. But while you're dating and you're not exclusive, 20-minute conversations max. Round it up. I have to go, but can't wait to see you soon. You want him to want more. Don't keep on the phone. Don't stay on the phone too long, okay? Thoughts on a doc who can only see me once every 2 months due to his schedule. Yeah, he don't like you enough. He don't like you enough. A doctor that can only see you once every 2 months because of his schedule is a liar. I'll tell you why. Many of you don't know this, but both my parents were medical doctors. They're both dead now. Okay? My mom was a consultant pediatrician and my dad was a general surgeon. It don't matter how busy you are, you will make time for someone you like. He sees you once or twice a month due to a schedule. It's a lie. Even if he's doing locums, because I know my parents did locums a lot. Even if he's doing locums and sending him to this part of the country and that part of the country, if you like someone, you will make sure you see them. A man who owns a Fortune 500 company with 6 children and a wife has time to have a mistress. Okay? It doesn't matter if a man is busy. If you are important, he will move heaven and earth. Heaven and earth combined will not keep him away from you if he's busy. If a guy likes you, he will drive from the Outer Hebrides in Scotland down to North London to see you for 1 hour. He will leave Singapore if he has a concert, leave Singapore knowing it will take him 24 hours to fly in to see you for 10 minutes to fly back for a rock concert or get you a flight to join him where he is. I'm sorry, no one is too busy. I don't care if you're saving the world. I don't care if you're Superman. I don't care what your job is. I've just told you that my parents, both doctors, will make time. If it's important to you, you will make time. If it's not important, you make excuses. So please, KWL, I hope you're still on this live and you haven't left because I'm seeing the so much chat. But I'm talking too much on one topic and I'm not seeing everyone else's stuff, and I still have like 20 more questions to get through. If you're still on this live, give me a thumbs up, okay? Or call me on. I have time today. Call me on 074 044 30799. Okay? If you want to have a phone call with me. So let me tell you about how this man is a time waster. I don't care if he is Obama's chief of staff. They get holidays. They get time off. And after he can say, if he's so important, he can tell you, yo, let me let can you come to me since I'm really tired and I've just done like a 18-hour shift, 24-hour shift. Da, 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 da. Okay. I remember when I was second year of uni, I dated a doctor. I was in Canterbury at the time. He was working at Canterbury Hospital for my undergrad, and we matched on POF. I can't remember. We matched on one of these dating sites. Anyways, I didn't really date anyone from my uni while I was at uni because I lived with six. I lived with 2 boys in first year, 6 boys in second year, and 3 boys in final year. I only lived with 2 extra girls in first year when I lived with the other 2 boys, but it was just a horrible experience. So I just chose to live with only boys because I get on more with boys because I have my brothers and stuff. But I never dated any guys while I was at uni from my uni because for me they were just immature. Never here nor there. So I would date people who were, slightly older. So he was, I think when I was 19, he was like 24, 25. I'm not sure. But he was a doctor. And like, even though or maybe he worked in Margate Hospital. I can't remember one of them hospitals in the area. Neither here nor there. When he finished, and considering I only lost my virginity at 27, I didn't have sex with most of the guys that I dated because I was doing the whole Christian girl, Christian girl, Christian girl thing. And then when like a family member went for a really bad divorce, she was a virgin until she got married. I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to wait anymore because if a Christian guy can do this to her, so, but I'm not discouraging anyone from staying on their walk and all this giffy. But this is what happened to me. So I didn't sleep with anyone until I was 27. But when I was at 19 and I was dating this guy who was 24, this doctor who was 24. He would leave literally Friday. He would like always text me. Like always, I'm in lectures. He's texting me. I'm on the wall. Da, da, da. We're sharing. Did we have memes back then? I'm sure we did, but it was like very early on Instagram memes. Yeah, very funny. Like there was no cancel culture back then, so it was like. So he would send me funny memes and gifs and stuff. Like, and I'm thinking now, this was a big doctor. Like, yeah, he's probably an F1, F2, but he was still like a it's graduated. Like, and I'm still just first year, second year uni student, like or maybe first year uni student. So he made time. He would always come down to spend the weekend. Yes, we weren't doing anything. Like, he weren't going all the way and stuff. But he would drive down, spend the weekend. We would go around, and then he would go back to work on Monday. Like I want you to understand that, yeah. And this is I'm a little small 19-year-old, pinchamic person. I won't say I was a child, I'm a teenager, 19. But like, don't let anyone fool you with their big career names and how they're busy and da, da, da. Unless he owns the hospital, and even if he did own the hospital, if you're important, he will make time for you. If you are important, a man will make time for you. He will come from Mars on Elon Musk's jet to visit you in your house and then go back. He will make time for you. So don't let anyone think what you should do is don't cut him off. Just invite someone else into that relationship. That's how you're gonna do it. Okay? Don't cut him off. But just start entertaining other people who will make time for you, who won't schedule to see you once a month. That's how you're going to play it, okay? Wit said, what if it's long distance? Long distance where? For me, when Meghan Markle was in Canada and dating Prince Harry, they decided that they will not do more than 3 to 4 weeks of not seeing each other. They will fly and see each other. Okay? So if you're talking about long distance, how long are you willing to commit for this long distance thing? Is there an end goal in sight? If there's an end goal, are we planning to be together in the next year and a half, 2 years? What's the cut-off line, deadline for this long distance love of this? Are we doing long distance for 10 years? Are we doing long distance for 5 years? Are you willing to hold out for that long? How old are you? There's so many things to consider. You have to decide. I can't tell you what to decide, but you have to decide. But for me, I don't want a guy to talk to me once a month because he's the king of the world and he's running all these different NATO and whatnot. I want a guy that talks to me every day. I want a guy that texts me good morning. I want a guy that wants to make plans and see me once a week. I do. I want to see my guy once a week. I love that. My love language is being together. I want to have experiences with you. I want to go on excursions. I want to enjoy a meal. I want to create new memories with you. That's my love language. My love language is not just talking on the phone because I don't talk on the phone. What do we have to discuss? Okay, I want to see you in real life. That's my love language. I want to feel the vibe, the energy. Because text is so funny. Someone could say something or put a full stop and that could mean something. Like, what is that? I have to interpret what it means. I have to break it down. I have to then. No, I want to see. I want to hear the intonation of your voice. I want to hear how you said it. That's why I'm very much present in a. I want to see you in real life. Let's meet up in real life. Let's go on dates together. And the dates don't have to be expensive. Dates can be inexpensive. But I want to be in your presence and I want you to be my presence. So you can see me and miss me and want to see me again and miss me and want to see me again. That's how I date. Okay. So once a month, I don't do once a month. I respect it if you want to do once a month, but I'm worthy of you wanting to see me more than once a month. And if you are not wanting to do that, you have no business dating. There's nothing wrong with taking yourself off the market and saying, I'm too busy right now. I can't date. I have to focus on my job. I applaud that. I'm too busy right now. I can't date. I have to focus on my exams. I'm too busy right now. I can't date. I have so much going on right now. But don't tell me you're ready to date and then you can only see me once a month. Then you're not ready to date. Don't date. Focus on yourself. That's okay too. Okay? What if it's long distance and there's a 6 hour drive distance? Then we're not for each other. I think you should find someone closer to home. If you're new here, if many of you who've been following me for a long time know the story of my husband and I, we're very new here, I'll tell you the story, okay? So we met on Hinge, and then when we matched, because I wasn't gonna date a white guy, let alone marry one. But when we matched, he said that the way he did it was we matched because he said something funny. I saw his comment on my Hinge. Hope I was eating pasta. And I laughed, but I was like, no, I'm not entertaining the white guy. Next, so I dated someone else. They dated someone else. So I kept him there for like 2 weeks while I was going on dates with other guys. Because anytime I would want to delete his comment and press X, his comment was funny. So I'd leave it. And then after I'd gone on all those dates and they were just very flat, I went back to delete his comment and I was like, let me just give this guy a chance. So I just said, hey, sorry it took a while to respond. I'm making my rounds on the app. This app's amazing. Da, da, da. So he was like, oh, then I got a pencil to sin. He was like, give me your postcode. As soon as I sent my message, he replied within 5 minutes. He said, give me a postcode. I wasn't going to give him my postcode because he might be a weirdo. I don't know who this guy is. So I gave him a postcode of like another area in another borough. And then he found an Italian restaurant based on the fact that I was eating pasta going, and literally sent me, hey, I've made reservations Thursday, 8 p.m., this date. See you there. Ha, ha. I was like, the audacity. Ha, ha. Like, can you imagine? I even Googled the restaurant. I was like, oh, this is nice. Huh. Who does he think he is? It's a big dick energy. Okay. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I usually just don't give my number on the app before I've met up with guys, but no one's ever done this before. Can we at least have a conversation to make sure like you're not some serial killer? He was like, sure. Gave him my number, he rang me, we had an hour conversation, which I never do, but I just needed to make sure before I went to this restaurant with this guy. The conversation was great, he was funny, great voice. I was like, okay, see you on Thursday. Bye. That was on Monday. Thursday's come around now. I'm about 20 minutes late. I've gone on the date. He was very calm, very nice. We didn't even make a fuss that I was late. He was like, you smell great, you look lovely. I didn't wear a wig, did very minimal makeup. I have one of my videos where I talk about it. Like, because in my mind, I was just like, let me just go enjoy. This is how I approach all my dating. Let me go and enjoy the meal. I never think of dating as this could be my future husband. Mm-mm. Let me go and eat the rice and the beans. Let me go and enjoy the drink. Let me enjoy the movie. Let me enjoy the bowling. I'm going, this person's taking me out and I'm feeding my spirit to have a great time. That's all it is. There's no strings attached to this date. There's nothing heavy about this date. The date was one of the best dates I've ever been on in my life. One of the best dates I've ever been on in my life. It was so good that while we were on the date, and then he was saying how he was dating other girls and he has another date. He had another date planned for tomorrow, but he's gonna have to cancel it now. I said, don't go ahead of yourself. Please don't cancel the next date. Please go on the date. I have dates planned too. It was no, but if I'm canceling my dates, you're canceling your dates. So then he was like, he's not gonna go on a date with her anymore. And I said, okay, text her in front of me, let me see. And he brought out his phone and texted the girl and said, hey, just want to cancel the date that we planned for tomorrow. Hope you're good. Bye. And that was, and we pressed send in front of me. So I was like, okay. So this guy has cancelled his date that he's had tomorrow because he's having a great time with me. He's locking in the next date while we're still on this date. The date's going really well, but that's not even it. Then on the way home, I'm like, okay, let's get an Uber. I'll put your address first, and then we'll drop you home, and then drop me home. They said, no, I need an Uber to the train station. I said, oh, why? Where are you going? Because in my mind, he lived local. Because why would you book a restaurant local if you didn't live local? He said, no, I live in Sussex. I said, what? He said, I live in Sussex. I said, no. I said, no, I don't do long distance. I'm sorry. This is someone who has planned the date, giving me instructions of where to go on the date. I've had one of the best dates I've had in my life. Great combo, great guy, smell great, handsome, tall, great voice. Just pay for the date, but we don't care about pay for the date because all my guys they pay for the dates. I don't pay for first date, second date, third date, maybe fourth date I start paying, but I don't pay first 3 dates. Did all of that, great catch, even though it wasn't the guy that I thought I would date because I didn't want to date a white guy. Did all of that, and then it hits me with the I'm from Sussex, I don't live in London. I was like, no. And I was like, then how did we match? He goes, because I work in London. So it was around that time where he said, oh, I come into the office, but I don't always come to the office. So when I came into the office is when we kind of matched. So I was like, okay, you're a great guy. I'm having great times, but I don't do long distance. But it was nice to meet you. He was shocked that I said it was nice to meet you. This guy has already texted the guy. He's texted the girl that he was supposed to go on a date with tomorrow in front of me saying that it's cancelled. And I'm still telling him that I don't do long distance because I'm a woman of my word. I don't want to do long distance. You're great, but I value a guy that's next to me. I value a guy that I can see without prepping. I value a guy that I can just show up at his house and I don't have to schedule to come round because he could be hiding a girl behind. No, no, no. I value those things. He was okay, just give us a chance. Let's see if we can do 3 months. If we can do 3 months and it's great, then we'll see what happens after that. And if not, then it is what it is. 3 months have come now. I've put a lock in my brain. 3 months, I'm out. Best 3 months of my life of dating. And he said, oh, I want to move to London. And then I told my mum, and my mum was like, no, 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 don't let him move to London for you because it's going to be super awkward, like if you don't work out. So I told him, hey, don't move to London for me, move to London for yourself so I don't feel a lot of pressure. It was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So he's trying to find a flat to rent on my road. And I said, no, 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 don't rent on my road, please, in case like we break up. I don't want to see you and it'd be awkward and I don't want you to see me and it'd be awkward. So rent maybe a few roads down. So for he rented 5 roads down from me. And it was literally the best 10 months of dating I've ever had. But even still, when we got to 10 months and it was nearly the end of the year and he hadn't proposed, even though I showed him the ring, I'd done all the stuff, he hadn't proposed. I thought he proposed at the World Cup, he didn't. I thought he proposed when we went on holiday, he didn't. I thought he proposed at my family. All the times I thought he proposed, he didn't propose. So in my mind, I'm like, well, it's one of the good ones, but I stick to the strict program. If you don't propose to me after a year, I'm out. So when he came, long story short, last time we were going to have dinner before he went back to Sussex to spend time with his family for Christmas, and I was going to stay here in London with my family for Christmas. I'd already made a mental checkout like, oh, this guy's lovely. I'm really going to miss him. He's one of the good ones. He proposed to me that night. So the point I'm trying to make is if it's long distance and someone likes you, they will move. Because I'm telling you from my lived experience, I'm not on here bragging about my husband being wonderful and all this stuff. I'm just giving you a lived experience of my experience, what I've experienced, where a guy moved areas and I still wasn't even sure that I was going to marry him, even though he'd done all the stuff. Because if he hasn't proposed, I'm not trying to give him another year to figure it out. I'm not doing all of that because you only have one life. So if you want to do long distance with 6 hours, how about we cut the conversation short and we meet each other? So rather than having a 3 hour conversation, how about we have a 45-minute conversation and spend that 2 hours? How about we have a 45-minute conversation and spend that 2 hours planning how we're going to meet each other halfway? If it's a 6 hour drive, maybe you travel 3 hours and he travels 3 hours and you guys can meet halfway. That way you're with each other. That's just my 2 cents. Okay. Anywho's, don't plan your around exactly, Indira. Don't plan your life around the man. And even when he's done so much stuff for you, still don't you're not committed. You don't owe him nothing because men change their mind so quickly. So never say, oh, I have to do this because he's done this for me. I could have said, oh, my husband moved to London for me. Oh, he did this, he did that. Nah, I don't care because I know once I say I do, I'm gonna carry most of the mental baggage, and I do. Now I'm a wife, I carry most of the mental baggage because when you have a kid, your body changes. Okay, you have to worry about what the child's going to eat. The child wants to be on your breast because you're the primary caregiver, whether you like it or not. You're automatically the primary caregiver. So you have to really pick well because once you say I do and you've locked in, that's fine. Once you've had a kid, you have to really make sure you pick the right person. Okay. uh What's YT? YouTube, I think. What's your YouTube name? Oh, thank you. My YouTube name is. What's my YouTube name? Sorry. My YouTube name is. Uh, at Honey Renee, but with two Y's. So it's at HoneyYyrene at Honey Renee. That's my YouTube. And then my Instagram name is What's my Instagram name? Honey by Renee. So it's Honey. Oh no, it's not. Oh, that sucks. My Instagram name is Honey Rene. So my Instagram name is just Honey Renee. Yeah. But yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram and YouTube, please, that would be lovely. Um yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, P Mom. Okay, what about this? I've missed so much. Okay, on a dating app, you should put your age range to men to you're 30 plus. No, if you're on a dating app and you're 30 plus, like if you're 31, 32, you should put your dating app to like 28 to 37. Why I say 28 is because there's some 28-year-old guys that are really mature. Um, 31 on Friday, happy birthday. Um, keep the location coming up. I need to get married. 33 MF. Been working like a dog. What about Miss? Are you of Oriental origin? I'm asking because I saw that was crying on YouTube in public. On it. Oh, okay. Um, Howard said, facts. Follow your advice from time. Be living. Live, girl. Live. I love that for you. Um, Anderson said, hey, love. Hey, my dog gate got me my sponsor SD. Get a pet, guys. A 6 degree separation. Yeah. Hi, start chatting with a nice guy for a week. How do I get him to plan our date? You don't get him to do anything. You find another guy who's going to plan the date. That's how you get him to plan a date. Because you can go about and say, do you want to grab dinner sometime? But you don't want to do that for the first date. The first date, he has to ask you out on a date. I would say go online dating and find someone else who will plan a date for you. Just the mere fact that you're asking us how to get him to plan a first date, that shouldn't even be coming out of your mouth. You're a beautiful woman. I know you're a beautiful woman. You have a lovely name called Rose. You should not be here asking us how to ask a guy to plan a first date. If you have to do mental maths and strategy for him to plan a first date, you're in for a very long ride. I can't even give you advice. I can tell you how to get him to plan the fourth date or the fifth date. Hey, I really like, mini golf. I want to, go play some mini golf. Or hey, I really want to go see Linkin Park in concert. I've seen some of their stuff online. I'm just new to listening to it and I love it. Should we get tickets? Hey, I want to go to this fashion show, but some of my girls have pulled out. Do you want to come with? Hey, I always wanted to go to Budapest. It's literally like what 2-3 hours away, or Tarragona in Spain. I saw that they have one of the best beaches in the world. It's only 2 hours. You would do it. It's £46. Let's go. That's for the fourth, sixth, fifth, seventh, 100th date. But for the first date, you have no business trying to convince him to plan the first date. No, if he can't plan the first date, find another guy. Find another guy. Girl, we're doing 2 hours. I don't understand. B said we're doing 2 hours. You don't get him. Pull back your energy. What's he? I know that's right. See, even the girls are telling you what to say. Howard, thank you so much for the rose. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you. I'm very grateful. Um, should you tell a guy your job if you're a high earner? No, don't do that. Don't do that at all. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just be very vague. Like if he asks where you work, you can just say the company, but you don't have to say your role in the company. So like if you're like the chief financial officer, you're not gonna tell a guy that you're the CFO of a bank. No, because some men are looking at you as a financial backup plan. And you don't want to be a financial backup plan. So no, you don't tell him your big job title. Don't do it. Just say you work in this what department, just one of the departments. Yeah, you wouldn't have heard of it, don't worry. That's how you do it. So like if you're like a multi-millionaire, um whatever role you're doing, don't not too early, not too, because you want to really suss out someone before you do that. And if you do put on your dating profile that you're this title or that title, never ever tell him how much you earn. If he asks how much you earn, like my husband asked how much I earn while we were dating, and I said, how much do you earn? And then he told me, and I said, yeah, around that ballpark. That's how you do it. Don't tell. The way he found out how much I earned was when we went for a mortgage advisor, and then they asked you over the phone how much you earn. That's how he found out. And that was, I think, 2 years later. And when he found out, he went, and I just kept a straight face. Because he's thinking, hold on, you earn that much and I've been paying. You're not concern me. Okay? So don't open your mouth and your rubber lips and you're telling him, I got pay rise. Oh, I got money. Oh, I'm on a live. If you don't want to be in the live, then open door. I got pay rise. I got money. I got this. I got Don't say how much you earn because you don't want to be spending your own money when you go on dates. I only started paying for dates on like maybe the fourth or the fifth date when I went home and I told my mom, "Oh my god, this guy is actually one of the best guys I've ever dated. Like he just how he plans and he pays." And my mom just said to me, "Don't take him for granted." She didn't even know anything about him. Number one, she wanted me to marry a Nigerian guy. Let's start there. She was 100% against marrying interracially. 100%. Let's start. She didn't even know he was white at the time. No. She found out he was white because that's another conversation for another day. Not for this life, but yeah, she was like, no, don't take him for granted. Don't just let him pay. You have to pay. Show you have class. Come on, pay. Find out what sport he likes. Get tickets, and both of you go. This is my mom telling me this. That's when I was like, oh. That's why I advocate for women. You don't pay the first 3 or 4 dates, but you have to pay something. And don't pay just because it's his birthday. Pay just because. That will shock him. It will shock him. Okay? But don't tell a guy how high your salary is. You're not trying to impress him. The only person you need to impress with a high salary is yourself. And the next year, when you do a review, whether you deserve more money. Okay? It's later on in life that it will come out how much you earn and who's paying for what and who's doing this. Because you know that life is not balanced. Like you can't expect someone, especially if you want to marry someone within your age bracket, to be able to afford to pay for everything. It's not possible unless you're marrying a millionaire or a billionaire. It's not possible, or someone with a very good bonus package, over 150K a year. Then you can, but anything less than that, it's only human to contribute. But don't share if you have a high earning salary. Keep your mouth shut. What's the contact? Sorry, Rosetta's contact for what? I tend to dumb down my job so the guy doesn't think I earn. You don't even have to dumb down your job. Just don't tell him how much you earn. Just ask how much he earns and just say, yeah, you earn around that much. That's just it. What did the Christian guy do to your cousin? Oh, they got married. Oh, girls. T. So basically, the way they met was they met through a family friend where he was very active in the church. Like he would like wash the priest's clothes, pick up the old women that would go to the church, all this very religious things that made him seem really lovely. So an aunt was like, "This man is lovely. I want to introduce him to one of my nieces." So then she, went on holiday, to it was a family holiday to meet my aunt, and then she introduced them, and they got together. It was a summer romance. They didn't have something like that because she was on a walk with Christ. Summer romance, and then they decided to get married, and then she came back to the UK, and he was going to join her, but he didn't. And then after they said I do, she just saw that he was a completely different person. He was like a drug addict. He was violent. He was not the guy that he portrayed at church. He lied about his job, he lied about everything. He was just pathological liar and a con man. Um, yeah. So then when I saw that, I was like, ha, ha. So that's why I don't let anyone lead with Christianity for me. I don't. Especially when someone starts with Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I want your actions to show me that. And where she went wrong was they didn't date because it was a summer. I wouldn't even call it affair because I didn't have. Well, because it was a summer love affair where she was so focused on marriage, marriage, marriage. She was only with him for, I think, maybe about 3, 4 weeks. So he had this perfect guy image for 3 or 4 weeks. Um, but it was just little things, the little signs. Like my brother saw stuff, but she wasn't listening. Because she was so besotted. And then my other cousin saw stuff as well, but she wasn't listening. Because men tend to see through other guys. But anyways, neither here nor there. That's when I was like, no, I don't want any super religious guys. I would rather just, meet you where you're at and see where you're at. But when someone's like super, super religious, that's a red flag for me. Because I feel like you're using it to hide something. But I love when people find love, in the religion and whatnot. I applaud that for them. Uh, uh, Long distance, yeah, it's long distance. I ain't doing 2 hours. It's too far for me. Yeah, very strict program. Very true. Had a guy wanting to move out of the country early on as well. Ha ha ha. I know that's right. So maybe we should be dating Christians or what? No, date, date. But don't think, oh my god, I found my husband because this man knows how to quote the Bible, or this man knows how to quote the Quran, or this man knows how to quote the Torah. No, that's not enough. If he prays 5 times a day, that's the bare minimum. If he prays once a day, that's the bare minimum. How does he treat people around him? How does he treat you? Just, your spirit will tell you. Like, I find when people say, oh my God, I didn't know he completely changed, there must have been signs while you were dating where you thought 1 plus 2 is giving 15 divided by 3. Something is incorrect somewhere. Okay, so always shine your eyes. Like, don't be so blinded with love. Step back, have an outwardly experience, and look at the situation thoroughly, ruthlessly, and decide if this is something that you can live with. So that's why quoting and Bible bashing for me does nothing. You can quote all the Bibles. No one knows the Bible more than Satan. Satan quoted the Bible to Jesus. Sir, if you go to the top of the mountain and fall down, the angel said that they will hold you, lest your foot hit the back of the stone. Sir, eat the bread. And Jesus said, man must not leave on bread alone. Satan quoted the Bible to Jesus. So if a guy comes here quoting Bible to you, you know what I mean? A friend of mine is in a Pentecostal church and she's dating this guy, or maybe they're not dating anymore, but she was dating this guy. And when she told me he was married, but his wife was in another country, I was appalled. Not just appalled at her, but appalled the fact that they met in church and he's one of the junior pastors. And I was like, a junior pastor is shagging and he's married. Like, that's what I'm just saying, like, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people use religion to cover up for lots of stuff, but they're sinning. They be sinning. So just date, but just be wise. Hardcore, be wise. Um, what if he sees you have money, buy your car and the house you have? You can't hide your money. You can hide it. Case in point, I dated a South African guy. I can call his name Tabo because we're great friends, and I'm friends with my ex. They're a great, great, great South African guy. My mom had a Chrysler. Okay, it was a 8-seater Chrysler, and I was like, "Mom, I want to borrow your car." She never said no. My mom never said no to me. So I borrowed a car, and I went outside Tabo's house. He had his own. He just bought a nice flat, and I went beep beep, and it came out. He was like, "Ooh, whose car is this?" And the moment he saw that car and saw me in the car, and I said, "Hop in," we were never the same again. We were never the same again. If I had just taken the bus and walked, I knocked on his door and said, "Yeah, babe, I'm ready. Let's go." It might have worked out, but I wouldn't have even wanted to be with him. But what I'm trying to make is, you don't have to show your wealth. You don't have to show your wealth, at least not in the early stages. Take Uber. Leave your car at home. Take Uber. Let him pay for your Uber. Okay? He doesn't have to come to your house. He doesn't have to come to your house. You don't want him in your space. Don't let him know where you live. Some of us were very quick to show off. I bought my own house. I'm a homeowner. What you're doing, you're telling him pound sign, ching, 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 ching. I know you're successful. Keep it to yourself. You're trying to see what you can add to your success, not what you can be giving and sharing out. Don't talk too much. I know you have to wait to see this person I'm telling. Will this help the relationship? I'm telling him all my successes, telling him I bought a house, telling him look at the car I'm driving. I need you to level up if you don't have a car. No, 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 no. You want to see what he's already got before you show off what you got. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Don't show him your house. You don't want him to enter your house. You don't want him in your space, messing up the vibe. You don't want him to know where you live. Not yet. Go to a neutral place. Go to a restaurant. Go to the cinema. There's so many public areas you can go. Don't let him come to your house. And then if it's crazy, he's come knocking on your door and sitting outside your house by the car watching who's coming in, who's coming out. You don't want that. Okay? You don't want that. Okay. How do you keep things to yourself and not talking too much about you? You just keep things to yourself. Keep the conversation very shallow, very current. Oh, Keir Starmer stepped down. He's no longer the Prime Minister. That's a shallow conversation. Hot topics. Did you hear that Beyonce is using Jay-Z's hair to cover up for the Target scandal right now that's going on? Hot topics. Did you hear that Rihanna and ASAP aren't even good? Like they're arguing and they're pretending. When the camera, ASAP saw the camera, Rihanna said, "Put your hands around me, let's pretend." Someone read the lips and he put his hand around her to pretend. As soon as they were around the corner, he pushed his hand off. Hot topics. Talk about the current news. Okay? Current news. Talk about the Karen at work. Ask about his Karen at work. Ask about his hot topics. Did you hear Afro Nation is going to be sick this year? Hot topics. Don't talk about your former. Do that for your friends. Don't talk about what the last guy did and how disappointed you are and how he fat shamed you. Tell that to your friend. Tell that to a counselor. Okay? Don't have to keep things to yourself. Keep the convo very shallow, very surface level. Talk about your favorite movies. The next question someone asked was, how would I know if he's the one? You know if he's the one is if your cortisol belly is not big. That you don't have a pouch there because of all the stress. You don't have stress. You don't have to go through his phone because you know that he may or may not be cheating on you, but you're not concerned because you're just so happy in your relationship right now. You know that you don't have to worry about whether he texts you because you know if you wake up there'll be a text there. You know that he's not cheating on you. You know that he's making plans for you. And even if he is the one right now, he might not be the one in 10 years' time, and that's okay because you know you can always remarry. Okay? That's how you know he's the one. That's how you know. You don't care about the outcome of the relationship. You just care about your own happiness, your own sanity. That's how you know he's the one. Where you're not stressing, you're not dissecting what he said, what he didn't say, what this means, what this doesn't mean. You've been dating for a while, and you just feel this is the best relationship you've ever been in. That's how you know he's the one. That's how you know these things, okay? Okay. Next question is, let me get my quiz, and then I'll continue. Okay? Hold on. Someone said, how do I become more confident? Okay. You become more confident by knowing that you are enough just as you are. So you can wear makeup and stuff, but you are enough. With or without the wig, you're enough. Wig or without the eyelashes, you're enough. I know that most people love the full glam look, but you don't need to spend £80 doing winged lashes to feel glam. No, you're enough. Like you are beautiful as you are. Those other things are just to accentuate the beauty that's already there. That's how you get confidence. Confidence that when you open your mouth and speak, the battery's home, the battery in your mouth is full, the battery in your brain is full. You're knowledgeable. You know that you are a child of God if you're religious. That's how you know. You're a Nepo baby because God is your father. That's how you get confident. You know that you are a kind spirit. And when you walk into a room, you just leave bright light and you just put things in people's hearts and they just feel so happy to have you there. That's how you get confident. Okay. So confidence is not just like bravado and kiniko kiniko. Confidence is just loving who you are, being like attuned to your body, what you like, what you don't like, how you feel, how you make others feel. That's confidence. How do I stop overthinking? Just remember that it's never that deep. It's just never, whatever it is you're going through is never that deep. That's how you stop overthinking. Like, will this matter in 10 years' time? You're sitting here, you're worried, you're concerned, you're all this stuff. People who aren't even as good as you are earning twice what you're earning because they are confident in themselves. Like they are putting, they have audacity. You need to have audacity. That's how you stop overthinking. Have audacity. Have the audacity of a middle class white man, and you will just achieve the world. That's how to stop overthinking. Stop worrying about the rebuttal of what this person will say or da da da, because none of that matters. If you die today, look at, for instance, one of my brother's colleagues committed suicide a few weeks ago. Less than 10 days later, the job was being advertised. What am I saying, 10 days? 10 hours later, the job was being advertised again, her position. They didn't even give her a moment of silence. That's why you need to stop overthinking. Like, none of this is that deep. The day you die, the light's off, on to the next. That's how you should stop overthinking. Wherever you're overthinking is not that deep. You only have one life. You're only here one time. I know we all say YOLO, YOLO, but you're only here one time. And then when your time has come and gone, it's gone. That's how to stop overthinking. Okay? Someone said that's a book you need to write. Have the audacity of a middle class white guy. Oh, that's hilarious. Yes. Yes, you should have that audacity. I saw this documentary on, I think it was Paramount Plus. It was about the that family that own all the newspapers and news outlets and stuff. I can't remember the name now. But yeah, and how they came from Australia and they just dominated world news and stuff. But they weren't educated. In fact, the man even has like learning difficulties, but he had audacity. You just need to have audacity, that's all. And stop overthinking. Honey Renee, how do I love myself? If you don't love yourself, how do you expect someone else to love you? You know? How do you expect someone else to love you if you don't love yourself? That's just it. You love yourself by like romanticizing your life one day a week. For me, one day a week, that's a day where you dress glam. That's a day where you walk slowly. That's a day where you listen to nice music, you light a candle, you're not in a rush. When you're showering, you're slowly massaging into your skin, you're lathering your skin. When you're moisturizing, you're not in a rush. Slowly moisturizing, slowly spraying perfume. Take your time with your makeup. Pray your rosary, say your prayers, watch a movie, go put something on the grass, a cloth on the grass, when you put it in your handbag so your lunchtime, take yourself to the park and just look up at the sky on the grass and just take it all in. One day a week, make your life look like a movie. That's how you fall in love with yourself. Don't worry about whether somebody texts you. You can have a day a week where you don't even use your phone all day. You just reconnect with yourself. How am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling like this? What can I do to improve how I'm feeling? Should I take a day off? Should I take annual leave and just go on holiday by myself? Should I reconnect with a friend that I haven't seen in a while? That's how you fall in love with yourself. Just refilling your cup. Because the Bible says the cup runneth over. You can't pour from an empty cup. Pour into yourself. Whatever that means for you, pour into yourself. That's how you fall in love with yourself. Okay? And how do I stop caring about what people think? I've answered that already. You only have one life. How do I glow up? Oh, I'm not the person for that. There are baddies out there that can give you advice about how to glow up. There's so many makeup tutorials. I can give you career advice. If you get all of my books, first chapter in all of my books, I tell you where to go. If you want to do a career switch, because I did a career switch from psychology to tech, get a camera, start recording, post yourself online. Talk to yourself like you're talking to the mirror. Then that way you don't get into your mind that there are thousands of people watching you on a live. And don't worry about what people say when they do find your videos, because remember they're watching you. They're the fans. You're the one on the stage. You're the performing acts that they've come to see. So don't overthink it. That's how you glow up. Do all the things you're scared of. That's how you glow up. But makeup wise, there's many tutorials. Okay? How do I become more attractive? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So one man's beautiful is another man's ugly. So I can't tell you how to become attractive. Just enhance what you already have and be attractive in your spirit. If you're someone that always says a kind word about others, people will just be naturally drawn to you. If you're someone that's so funny, people will be drawn to you. If you're someone that doesn't take life too seriously, people will be drawn to you. If you're someone that just likes to make other people happy, and I know people say don't be a people pleaser, but there's nothing wrong with being a people pleaser if you're not being used. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being kind. Kindness is just such a beautiful trait. Kind with your time, kind with your energy, kind with your spirit. There's nothing wrong with that. How do I stop being lonely? Okay, that's two things. You can be surrounded with a room full of people and still be lonely. Lonely doesn't mean that, you're not surrounded by people. There are people that are lonely in their marriages. There are people that are lonely in their friendship groups. There are people that are lonely in their families with their parents. So you have to find out what's the source of your loneliness. Is it that you have no one to talk to? Is it that you have no one to that really sees you? If you're lonely as in relationship wise, go online dating, get my books, learn the tips, the tricks, the strategy. If he's lonely in your friendship groups, go on Bumble BFF, find new friends. I know it's hard to find friends as an adult, but there are many apps, meetups, running clubs, all the stuff. Okay? Coming to London in August. Where should I go for happy hour to meet them? Canary Wharf. Canary Wharf is great Monday to Friday for after work drinks. I would recommend Liverpool Street after work drinks, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday evening. Um, 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 Monument, Paddington, Farringdon, King's Cross, nice places to go. Saturday and Sunday, keep away from Canary Wharf. There's nothing there. It's a dead town. Very dead. Don't go there. Don't go there. Deal with loneliness so you don't become single, married, lady like Ren teachers. Yeah, you really don't want to do that. We're going to Samba on Thursday evening. Samba's nice. Okay. Um, how do I build my self esteem? Just give me a lot of questions. Um, I'll have to come back to that one because that's a really DM me. That's a really delicate one because you go on to talk about trauma and boundaries and stuff like that. Yeah, I think you have to book a session for that one. Okay. Next person asks, how do I get a raise at work? First, you have to make sure you're doing stuff to get a raise because the worst thing you can do is ask for a raise when you're not doing anything. And then they're like, hold on a minute, why do we even have this person at the company? And then they, give you your notice to quit, make you redundant. So you don't want that. So if you're asking for a raise, you maybe make sure that you're actually doing something for the company. Make sure you've documented all the stuff you've done in the last quarter. Um, yeah. How do I change careers? But that's very easy. It depends what you're trying to get careers into. If you're trying to get into tech, Code First Girls. Code First Girls. Just go on their website. You transition in 12 weeks. into your dream career. I promise you. Um, what jobs pay the most? Tech. I find that apparently in America, if you're a nurse, you earn a lot of money. So nursing in every country that's not the UK, there's a lot of money in it, like over 100k. Tech in the UK, 100 grand plus. Um, project management, certain fields, 100 grand plus. Um, medicine, 72 grand plus. Sales, 500 grand plus. There's money in sales. I dated a guy once, Zuby. Ooh, he had money. Money. I think there wasn't even a uni. What he studied in uni was something completely different to what he did. But there's money in sales. Even like my daughter's godfather, he's in sales, tech sales. Money. There's money in tech sales. There's money if you're a software engineer. I'm a software engineer. But there's money in tech sales because they get mad bonuses. Ooh, finance. There's money in that. Trading. Uh, yeah. So these are. I'm thinking of what else. Influencing. I haven't seen the money yet, but apparently there's money. Apparently there's money in it. Go on Love Island. What is that guy? The guy with India, the guy that Dami, I think his name is. I saw the interview where he said he earned 600 grand for one campaign with like Boohoo or something like that. I can't remember. There's money in influencing. There's money in Love Island. There's money in reality TV shows. Go on a reality TV show, bruv. Have no shame. Get your money how you can. Do it. Do it. If I was younger, I would. If I didn't have a husband and a kid, I would go on Love Island in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. When I saw Dami's interview, I was fast forwarding stuff because I didn't really care about all that stuff. But when I got to the money bit, because I'm all about my coins. If you know me, I'm all about my money. You can play me in every aspect of my life, but you can't play with my money. I get so many DMs from companies asking to work with me, but because I don't play with my money, I don't reply to them because in my mind, I'm not a big enough person yet for you to be reaching out to me. So I know this is a scam. So I don't reply to the email. But when I get to a certain number, if I get to like 100k followers, then I'll be more receptive. But right now I'm only on 60k, so I know this doesn't sound real. But yeah, I don't play with my money. Like I don't. The thing is, I have 10 streams of income. That's how much I don't play with my money. I am a businesswoman through and through. I don't play with my money. I don't. But if I was younger, ah, and I didn't have a husband, and I didn't have a child, no picking. Yay! Love Island will see me coming. Big Brother will see me coming. What's the other one? What's that show on Netflix? Where they're in the box and they're talking to each other and they're trying to. Oh man, I can't remember. Well, yeah, man. Oh man, I even went on the chase when I was. I think I was 23 and I went in the chase. I didn't make it though to the Yeah, Love is Blind. Thank you, babe. I didn't make it to the final of the chase. Me and the woman got kicked out, but the two men made, and then they won. I think 22 grand. He paid me because I made. I think I got 7 grand for the main thing. You know when you go in on the chase and you answer your question. So I put 7 grand in the kitty. But when it came to the when it came to the tea, I wasn't there. But yeah. I would do TV shows. I would do TV shows in a heartbeat. So yeah, if you're trying to make money, you don't have to go back to uni to retrain. I applaud it, but there's so many courses you can do where you can train yourself. But you can put on your phone, press record, and just do your thing. If you want to dance on TikTok, if you want to give advice on TikTok, if you want to say funny comedy or reaction videos or whatever it is, do what you need to do. Get your money how you can. People are cleaning up in the space. I saw KSI's mansion where he did a video with his dad. I know most of it's scripted and stuff, but his dad was like, I've never been in a 10 million house before. Like, that was just stunning on all of us. Well, just the fact that his yard is 10 million and he started from YouTube. I mean, those who have ears, listen, okay? So, sis, all of you on here, start doing social media. Don't worry about what people are saying, what people will say. Da, da, da. Don't worry about any of that. Don't fret. Go online and make your dreams come true. Are there remote jobs about? Absolutely. Most tech jobs are remote jobs. Most of them. Get into AI, get into AI, get into AI, get into AI, because AI is the future. You know, when I started, it was all about Java and Python and PHP and Capta and but now it's all about AI, man. Now it's all about machine learning. And there's so many courses on Coursera. There's so many courses on Udacity. There's so many courses. There's just so many. I have another channel where I talk about tech stuff, but I haven't done it in like a few months now because my plate is so full. Like, if I add any more things to my plate, I'll collapse. But yeah, so there's just do a career switch if you want to earn six figures in less than 2 years, and you don't want to go back to uni. You don't want to do any you don't want to pay any student loan or anything like that. There are many courses you can do. Many. I remember when they were doing restructuring in my company, and they were like, "Oh, we might need some new DevOps engineers," and I was okay. Maybe I need to go and do my masters. And the interviewing guy was like, "No, don't do no masters. You don't need degrees for tech. You really don't." And I work for a big company, a huge company, one of the biggest companies in the country. You don't need degrees. You just need to spend time in the evening and focus and teach yourself. Self learning. If you fail, we watch the video again. If you're tired, go have a nap, 20-minute power nap, come back, get back at it. You can retrain at the end of the year. By the end of the year, you can be in a new career. Okay, there's so many companies, there's so many charities that are helping. Even if you go on the gov website, there's so many companies that want to retrain you for free with the government. Okay, some of the courses are free. The ones that I've mentioned, if you go on the government website, it's free. Code First Girls is free. I used to be the ambassador 2 years ago, but I emailed them that I can't do it anymore because I'm an ambassador for myself now. The girl's making her own coin now. Okay, my own brand. But yeah, like yeah, man. Yeah. Code First Girls, not Code for Girls. Code First Girls. It's not too late. I had a grandma on my cohort. She was like 54. What was her name? Not Lisa, not Daisy. It was a white grandma. I can't remember her name for the life of me. I had a grandma on my course. A grandma. She used to be an accountant, and then she was made redundant, and then she found out about I found out about Code First Girls from Twitter. One of the girls was talking about Code First Girls while I was clearing my garage, and I just sat down and I listened to her video. And when she said she was earning 80 grand, I sobbed. It shocked me. It shocked me. So I paid attention and I did my research, and then I applied for their mini course. I got it, did it in I think 12 weeks. Realized I didn't know enough to even be confident enough to apply for jobs. Went on YouTube, started learning because YouTube is such a wonderful resource. So many free videos, Khan Academy, Alex coding course, so many free YouTube, courses and stuff. If you get my book Sing to Engage in 1 year, the first chapter I can read it to you, where I talk about all the courses that you can do for free. And if you have a business idea, there's so many. Yeah, another one is ltsb.charity. They're for sick people 16 to 24-year-olds with no A levels, no previous degree, starting salary 140K. We write in the code, no age limit, worldwide networking events, opportunities, coding black females, just for black women, no age limit, no code first girls, no age limit, worldwide opportunities, starting salary 78K. And if you want to start your own business, ycombinator.com, joinef.com, virginstartup.org, doorbellofdreams.com. Like, just money gives you financial control. Financial control gives you power. Okay? So yeah, so in regards to career switch, I will champion career switch. If you go on my YouTube, I'm doing this live, I'll post it as a thing. So if you miss anything, or if you don't want to get my book because you can't afford it, that's fine. If you go on Amazon, read the first chapter for free, the sample chapter for free. All the information is in the first chapter on Amazon. Yeah, I don't gatekeep. I don't gatekeep. But yeah, so what else are you guys asking? How do I negotiate my salary? Levels.fyi. www.levels.fyi.com if you want to negotiate your salary. So you go on that website, you type in the company, type in your job position, and it will tell you how much you should be earning based on how much other people within other companies on that level are earning and how much you can negotiate for. If you pay them, I think £1 or £2, I'm not sure how much, it's less than £5. They'll give you a script on what to say when you want to negotiate. Very good website. How do I become financially independent? I've just told you. How do I invest for beginners? I can't give you advice in that because I'm not an expert in that. I've invested in property, but I can't give you advice on trading and all the other stuff. Crypto, I can't give you advice in that. I'm not the girl for that. How much should I have saved by 30? It's your life. Like there's I hate when people do this. How much should I have saved by this age? How much should I It's your life. You can win the lot. What's that song by Glorilla? Let me play it. Let me play it because I won't do it justice if I sing it. It's such a tune. Hold on. I'm gonna go. No. It's all right. No. No. Sugar, 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 sugar. No. Oh no. No. So the capital of that song is this, right? You might be broke today and you might win the lottery tonight and be rich as fuck tomorrow. Okay. So when you're asking me questions like, how much should I have saved by 30? I can't give you an answer because you might not have any money right now. And then tomorrow something might connect and you have a strategic amount of money. So don't put a cap on your age and how much you should have by this age. Mm-mm. Save now. Worry about now. For me, every drop leads to the ocean. Don't wait for like, oh, I'm gonna save here and then anytime you get paid, the moment you get paid, how I do it. As soon as I get my salary, 2 grand goes straight to my savings. I don't care about whatever bills have come up. I pay my savings before I pay my mortgage. I pay my savings. Then I put money into me and my husband's joint account for certain things. Then I pay the bills of whatever bill that I need to pay, phone, whatever it is that I need to pay, I pay. So like you have to figure it out for yourself. The first person you pay once you get paid is yourself. Before I even pay, someone's asking what book was I reading about the King Charles video? Is this one? It's called Single Mother to Blush and Bride. Single Mother to Blush and Bride. If you click on the link on my bio, all the ebooks are there. And if you go to Amazon and type in Honey Renee, all my books will come up. But yeah, so before I even pay the mortgage, is that book safe? Is that book for sale, please? Yes, I have several books for sale. So if you're a single mother and you're looking to find love, I would recommend Single Mother to Blushing Bride. It's available on Amazon and it's available on my website as an ebook. On my ebook is $8.99. On Amazon, I think it's $14.99. So slightly spenny because Amazon paid to print it and to post it and all the stuff. So I recommend people just buying it directly from my page, my website, because it's cheaper and you get it immediately. Okay? I'm a single mother, however, my daughter's 26. That's fine. That is fine. That is fine. If you are looking to be engaged this time next year, even though you're single right now, single to engage in 1 year. I run a strict program. A strict program. I ran a strict program with my ex, who also proposed. I ran a strict program with my current husband, who proposed. Like, I got 2 men to propose to me. What I really don't like is when people are like, oh, but Honey Renee's husband's white, so her advice, da 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 da. My previous boyfriend who proposed was Nigerian. He was a Nigerian doctor based in Scotland, and I'm based in London. Why did I say no? I deeped it. He wants me to move to the Outer Hebrides where he's working. I'm going to be in a place, even though we're still all in the UK. It's cold. I don't have no family up there. I don't have no friends up there. We're not even like maybe Glasgow or Gogarburn or like Edinburgh. We're like Outer Hebrides, them islands where the weather is. I'm like, mm-mm. I was like, you're a great guy. My mom really likes you. My siblings like you. You're just very, and he's someone that I met him on Bumble. That's why I advocate online dating. I met my husband on Hinge, met my ex boyfriend who proposed on Bumble. 2 different dating sites, 2 different nationality of men, Nigerian and British English. But great guy, and he got married a year later because when he said he was trying to get married, he wasn't lying. Like he was like, I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to get married. And I was like, okay, cool down. He was ready to get married. He married another girl. He married before me. He was not playing. So there are men out there who are ready to get married. If you want to be married this time next year, single to engage in 1 year. Every day is 40 said you're the Shearer of the UK. No, 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 no. Shearer's trying to get you the money. I'm trying to get you the ring. There's a difference. Shearer wants you to get paid. I want you to get wifey. Okay? Shearer is all about leveling your bank account to unlimited stratospheric positions, and I love her for that. I'm here to secure your heart and your ring. Okay? So we're very different. But if you want to be engaged this time next year, single to engage in 1 year, it tells you where to meet them. It tells you how to ask questions of like to source out whether they come from generational wealth or whether they're just fronting. Because a lot of guys are fronting. A lot of guys, I know 2 guys that did this. One of them was my sister's best friend and his younger brother, and like the whole friendship group. They have big nightclub. They own big Afrobeat nightclubs. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to expose them, but they own big Afrobeat nightclubs in London. Like they're like the central guys that own those clubs. But I remember when we were all in sixth form because my sister's 6 years older than me, and they would hire cars to go to a nightclub, and I'll be like, bro, because we're all like really close. Why are you hiring a car? He would hire like a Maserati, pay £900 to hire a Maserati for 2 nights. And I'm like, why are you hiring a car? Just because, yeah, because if the girls go to the nightclub and they see me coming out of the car, and I'll park in front of the club. I don't care if I get a ticket. I'll pay the £50, £60. I don't care. Then I know that I'm going home with at least 10 numbers, and I'm smashing 20 of them this week. Like just the way he would think blew my mind. Like, men are relentless, relentless. They would hire a car just so that they can, not even so much flash the key, so that you can see them while you're queuing up to get into the club. Come out of the car, they'll pay the bouncer 50 to £100, so they don't have to queue. They're going straight in. So you're seeing all of this, and in your mind, you're like, "That's the guy I want to be at his table." So you're whining and you're dancing to get their attention, so they can bring you into the VIP area where they open the wires, and then you come and there's tables and you're drinking and you're like, you'll think you're balling with the big bosses, with the millionaires. No, 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 no. It's all fake funny. This book will help you suss that out, so you know who are the real generational wealth and who are the funnies. Okay, I've lived many lives. I know all these things. Everyone's like, "How do you know so much? How have you written so many books?" Because I've been around so much and I've seen so much in the short time I've been alive. Like, men will lie for free just to get Toto. Toto is the thing down here. I don't want YouTube to make my. I don't want YouTube and TikTok to make my live not able for people to see because of certain words. So I don't want to use certain words. But yeah, so this will help you if you are having difficulty like getting a call back after the first date. If you're having difficulty just knowing what to say when you're asked certain questions, make you stand out, because most women on the site, on the dating apps, they're all saying the same thing, looking for a guy who's understanding. No, 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 you're not trying to be that girl. You're the girl that you don't care about the outcome. You don't. You're not even looking for anything serious. You're not looking for anything. Oh, you're just here for a vibe. Well, you know in your heart that you're looking for the ring, but you're not gonna say that. You're gonna make yourself so different, so like bespoke, that he's gonna be like, bro, I'm so lucky to have found this girl online. Like, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. That's what this book is. Okay. If you want a sample, go on Amazon. You can read a sample for free of the first chapter. Then, if you are just attracting nonsense, you are attracting all the tilapia in the sea, no salmon is coming your way, no, top of the food chain fish is coming your way, no blue tuna, you are just getting tilapia, sea bass, sea bream, all the nonsense in the ocean. This book is for you. How to attract a great husband. Because all the men in the world are just already trash. But like, to select the correct one, you don't want to give one guy 8 months of your life, 6 months talking stage, this, that, and then in the end, just cocoa, nothing inside the brain, just useless. This book will help you cipher, who's who, what's what, how to attract them, where to go, what to do, that kind of thing. Now, this one, if you just want a funny conversation with God, this one is really funny. Most of the prayers are really, oh, see, it said that. You see, it said that I've flagged hate speech and hateful behavior. Ah, yeah, they've restricted my life as an audiences. That's why I did. It does this stuff all the time. Anyways, this book is funny. And let me try and appeal it. Hold on. Okay, I've appealed it. Hopefully, it will take that off. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, funny prayers. This one's just like really funny. If you want to talk to God and be like, God, I don't want to meet my husband online anymore. I'm tired. I want to meet him on my way to a friend's wedding. I want to meet him if he's like one of the groomsmen. I want to meet him if he's a cousin to, someone, or one of the caterers, or one of the cocktail guys. Just little things like that. So yeah. Okay. Now you're asking me, why am I always tired? Go see your GP. I can't help you with that. Maybe you have anemia. Maybe you have low iron. Maybe we have an infection that you don't know about. Go see your GP. How do I lose weight? I can't tell you that. I haven't lost my postpartum weight. I'm eating crisp as we speak. That answered your question. How do I reduce stress? Because you don't want to die. Whenever someone stresses you, just say, will this help me or will this make me die? Will this quicken me to the grave or will this help me live longer? That's how you do it. Um, should I freeze my eggs? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you know that you can financially do it, because I know that freezing eggs is like 5 grand, and every year you pay like, I don't know, maybe £500 to keep it in the fridge and stuff. But if you are maybe at a certain age where you want healthy eggs, because I think I know after a certain age the eggs aren't considered young egg, they're considered geriatric eggs. So yeah, if you freeze it as early as possible, that would be great. Can you be happy single? Absolutely, absolutely. I know so many women that are single and thriving. I know so many women that they've been married and then they're just like, no, I don't want to be married anymore. I'm done. I've done it. Got the medal, got the t-shirt, got beautiful children, and I'm done. I don't want to live with another man. Don't want another man under me. Don't want to have to do laundry. Don't want to have to da da da. Yes, you can be single and be thriving. The single women live longest, apparently. That was some research I heard from Bloomberg the other day. So, yeah, man, you can be yeah, absolutely. How can I make new friends as an adult? Join a running club. Join a new church. Join a new mosque. Join a training session for something, wherever it is that you're interested in, a completely different field to what you're used to. There's so many ways to meet new people. You can join a cooking class, you can join a baking class, you can join a flower making course. That's every Saturday. You can join a upholstery course. So many things. You can join an art class. So many things you can do to join, and you can meet people. So many. You can go on meetup.com. You can go on Bumble BFF. So many. You can go to a cafe and sit on your own, and someone else sitting on their own. Hey, I'm new here. Do you live locally? So many, so many, so many. There's so many local. I know that my audience is international now, so I'm gonna stop talking like everyone lives in the UK. But there's so many ways to meet new people. So many. But yeah, the last question before I end the live. I tried to do 2 hours. How long have I been on here? I've been on here for 3 hours and 11 minutes. I did it. I was telling my brother that I don't know if I could talk that long, but I can. Can't believe it. It's a shock. What was the last question? Last question is, what does a healthy relationship look like? Peace, peace. That's just it. Peace. A healthy relationship doesn't stress you. A healthy relationship gives you peace of mind. It's just I can't even say understanding, kind, and just peace. You put your head down on night when you sleep, and you just feel peace. You open your eyes and wake up in the morning, and you feel peace. That's what a healthy relationship looks like. Yeah. Rosetta said, "Oh my god, I miss so much. I've been in a meeting trying to listen in. I'm so sorry. I did think to do this later on, but because I pick up my daughter from nursery in the evenings, so I can't. I really want to spend time with her in the evenings, and I really want to be a good mum. Um, because she's in the nursery, very early in the morning when my husband drops her off, to very late in the evening when I pick her up. So the only time we get to spend with her is the weekend, and her bedtime is like 7. I mean, now she's trying to be cheeky and go to bed by 8, but since she was born, her bedtime's always been 7. So literally, we spend an hour with her at night and about 2 hours in the morning. So it's next to nothing. So that's why my TikTok I've been slacking a bit, because I'm trying to be a good mum or a present mum and trying to know about her day. And then she's such a chatterbox now. Like, she talks and talks and talks, but she's just rambling. But so I said, let me try and do this TikTok live thing. Um, yeah. So I know it's not conducive because most people are at work. But yeah. Anyways, I've done it and I'm so happy. And I have recorded it. So the full video will be on YouTube on my page. I deleted all my YouTube videos and I started afresh. I'm gonna try and do at least 100 of these. Just to yeah. So I'm so glad you joined me for the last 3 hours and 14 minutes. Last cheeky plug before I go. And thank you for all the people that called in. I think I didn't ask your name, Hebe, but thank you for calling in. The book is Single Mother to Blushing Bride, an empowering guide to healing, dating, and finding everlasting love. Finding love as a single mother after heartbreak, whether through separation, divorce, or bereavement, can feel like an insurmountable challenge. But in Single Mother to Blushing Bride, authors Honey Renee Edith and Elena Moses, I wrote it with someone else, offer a beacon of hope and empowerment. This transformative guide is packed with practical tools and heartfelt advice, empowering single mothers to rebuild their life and open their hearts to new possibilities. With inspiring case studies of women who have defied the odds, the book showcases stories of resilience and joy. The world is full of wonderful men who choose to embrace and take responsibility for their stepchildren. These powerful testimonials illuminate the path to finding love and fulfillment in new relationships. Single Mother to Blushing Bride is a testament to the strength and determination of single mothers, providing hope and guidance to navigate the journey from heartbreak to a future filled of happiness and love. This is for single mothers. You can get it as a gift for someone who's a single mom who's feeling like she's never going to find love again. No, 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 we're not doing that. Help your friends level up. Okay. This is the first book I ever wrote, Single to Engage in 1 year, a no nonsense book that helps you secure the ring faster. And the history behind this book is you guys made me write it. Well, my first files and followers was that, oh my God, you have so much advice. Please just put it in one place. Please just put it in one place. And I did. Why do some women find such ease in getting married while others can't get a call after a first date? Why are some women deemed desirable and others aren't? What are the tips and tricks that women use to seduce, entrap, and make men commit in an age where it's easier to swipe right and situationship than ghost? In Single to Engage in 1 year, I share the secret science behind the social phenomenon, explaining why women appear alluring and most men are easily seduced. Drawing from generations of success stories and comprehensive research, this book is an essential tool for the modern woman who wants to be married within a short frame of time. Dive into proven strategies to navigate modern dating and ensure a marriage proposal within a year. The latest one, How to Attract a Great Husband. You've read the books, they've told you to love yourself and stop looking. You followed the advice, and here you are. How to Attract a Great Husband is a refreshingly honest, laugh out loud, relatable guide for women who are done with vague advice and ready for something that actually works. Part dating manual, part personal development book, and part warm pep talk from the most candid friend you never knew you needed. This 9 mini chapter guide cuts through the noise to give you the tools, the mindset, and the occasional uncomfortable truth that real romantic success requires. And the last one, Funny Prayers to Find Love. Finding love can feel like a full time job, one with terrible benefits, questionable co workers, and way too many awkward interviews over coffee. But what if instead of stressing, swiping, and second guessing, you could laugh your way to the search for the one? Funny Prayers to Find Love is 93 days of worth of witty, relatable, and mini heartfelt prayers for romantics who still believe in magic, even after a few dating disasters. Each short prayer is a gentle wink to the heavens, a daily reminder that humor and hope make the best wingmen. Whether you're navigating modern dating apps, healing from heartbreak, or just wondering if your soulmate's Uber is stuck in traffic, these bite sized blessings will help keep you the faith and your sense of humor. So light a candle, laugh at the chaos, and send up a little prayer because love may be unpredictable, but laughter never ghosts you. Those are the four. There's 6 on Amazon and 5 on my website. Okay. On that note, it's been lovely spending the afternoon with you, lovely ladies. And I'll try and see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Oh, send me more questions, by the way, ahead of tomorrow. Bye.